Hyper hardcore!
Yep. Tom Bacon's, I'll tell you what happened. I sat down at my computer and I woke it from sleep mode and it just went, I looked at OBS and it was like live. It was like stop streaming, stop recording. And I was like, oh my God, I hope this hasn't been live all night. No, only 7 seconds. I guess I just like, Tom, I swear to God, I was like, what the fuck? What if I had been naked? And then I looked at the fucking camera and the fucking laugh that came out of my mouth because no, I am surprised I'm sat here like the goddamn penguin, guys. Like, I was like, okay, well, fuck it then, I guess. Turn on going live confirmation. Yeah, I should have that. I should definitely have that. Okay, let's do that. Output. That in advanced? Where is that nowadays? General. Show confirmation dialogue when starting streams. Bam. Okay.
Hyper hardcore!
Specky, thank you so much. 6 months. Holy crap. She had the grumpiest face. It was amazing. Yeah, it's now going to be an emote, right? We're uploading it. The reaction I had. Oh my God. I took a screenshot and sent it to David and Sav immediately put it as her phone contact picture for me. And David was like, update the Discord image, which I will do right now so you can all enjoy it. Oh, wait, I don't know if I can. Oh, yeah, I can. Okay, I was like, it looked like we lost the server boost here. Okay. I can't believe I'm doing this. No one's going to know except for you guys. We're going to be like, why is this extremely unflattering of photo of Pumpkinberry, the fucking Discord? The best day of my life. It's amazing. Oh my God, it's so good. Dude, full on penguin expression. There are people who put a start stream on their stream deck, and that is so scary to me. Yeah. I have a record button, but not a start stream button. So I can't with my cat. He's literally like laying on the keyboard here, or not on the keyboard, in between the stream deck and the keyboard right now. The real PB. Yeah, I mean, I didn't do anything from then to now, except that there's like a, you know, color grading on the camera. So yeah, it's the app. That was the face I made when I saw that it was recording and streaming. And then I went back and took a screenshot of it. I was like, that is hysterical to me. Hysterical. Oh boy. Also, I just woke up. I'm sorry. I stayed up too late on Wild RP, guys. It was an accident. I had hot chocolate. All right. You woke up like this. Yeah, I put on some little mascara. And then I was like, I should get dressed. And I went, no. I'm going to stay in my little, like, cozy Udu or whatever it's called. Udi. Yeah, because after Wild RP last night, I actually took a shower. And then I woke up like this, flawless. Oh, that's kind of you, lazy. That's... okay. My brain just immediately started bombarding me with all negative things. Shut the fuck up, brain. What is going on in the crossing these days? Oh, man. So I was running around. Please click the like button. It helps the algorithm. Oh, Bob, you're so sweet. We're good. Hello, YouTube. Oh, okay. Now I'm warm though. Is it because it's the sun? Here's the thing with this hoodie or hoodie, whatever thing, is that it's actually very, very warm. Like, I think I could just wear this outside in -10 and be fine. Okay, it says that YouTube is struggling a little bit, so I can hit the stop button and restart it. I just saw the most adorable photo. I'm so sorry. Oh. Not going to say who it is, but somebody watching the stream with an adorable child. We have to watch our language, okay? I just don't speak out of fear that I'm going to say something terrible. You will try. Yep. I used to be good at that. Can you believe that? There was a time in my life when there were small, my baby sisters were around, and I was really, really good at just being like, oh, well, also, around religious people. I was able to just be like, yep, blip, full mask. Yeah, exactly, Kirsty. I'm not going to say that out loud. I might have to put a t-shirt on. This is really warm. But also this feels really good and I like it. I don't want to get dressed. I don't want to get dressed, you guys. What's happening in Wild RP? Well, last night I was on Alder and I was going around kind of just trying to get information on... We need to get Drac on Wild RP. This is it, man. It's an addiction. Don't listen to me, Drac. Don't. So I was going around as Alder and I'm trying to get like leads on new cases, right? Because we've been gone for like 6 months. One of us. Yeah, exactly. EB, it was good to see Alder yesterday, right after talking to Ray. So good. Okay, wait, hold up. Stop right now. McMuffin, you play Alonso? Should I risk it? Should I apply? I mean, the worst that could happen is that you don't have enough experience and then you get some experience and then you reapply again. I have the Esteban picture ready, by the way. Why did you wait to do that until I was streaming, Specky? Yes, Alonso. Ziegler. You don't have to use the last name. I know exactly who the fuck you are. I need to tell... First of all, okay? First of all, First of all, holy shit. Second of all, kismet that we ran into you. And third of all, I'm going to go back to compliment you, and I hope it's okay, on I was watching the stream that Murgles was doing when she was playing Jilly, and they did that crazy shit in the swamp, and then you came in and yelled at them. And it was so good. It was so good. I got emotional watching you do that scene. It was very good. The line that you said still sticks with me. Yes, but you could have helped them stay. I was like, whoa. Like you just pulled out all the fucking stops. It was so good. Also, do you stream? I'm following you right now. My God. It was really, really, really good. And also, I had a moment where I thought, you know, there's no way I'm going to hear about Ray's execution on any of my characters. It just doesn't make sense. And then I ran into you and you told me, and I went, oh, thank you. I have hair in my eye and I don't know how it got there and I don't know how to get it out. Help me. Have I sworn? Did I say a swear word? I haven't, right? I don't know. I really should, though, to be honest. Yeah, or at least like record it, you know? If you want to record your killer scenes and stuff like that, you should. That one was crazy. I don't think so. I don't think I have either. I think I've done a really good job so far. I think we're still PG. All right. So anyway, I was wandering around on Alder trying to get some leads on some cases. I was with, here's the thing, guys. Here's the thing. I had to share. That's why I joined the SCSD. Nobody would tell him what happened to his friend. And only now does he understand the full story. I don't even know. Okay, question. Does anyone have Iggy's journal? Or does Merg still have it? It's such a dumb thing and no one cares. But it's like, there's some serious clues in there for you guys. Like I wrote like a little mini mystery in there. I have a copy of it. Okay. A copy of it. Oh my God. Because it was a lot to write. It's a full ass book. Okay, good. That's all. I just mean McMuffin. I just was like, I didn't want to stick on it, but there's like 2 major clues in there that I thought would be, you know, a cool puzzle for someone, you know, because she has her slow descent, but I think there's like I won't say anything because I don't know. I'll wait till the execution's over. But yeah. It was some good shit. I love Western tabletop RPGs, but I think a Western RP server wouldn't scratch my itch. Give me sci-fi or high fantasy and I'd be all in. Drac, that's what I said. And I completely agree. I consistently think to myself, here's the thing though, is that Red Dead is super beautiful. I am not a fan of just like the Western setting in general. PB, your Snuggie matches your microphone cover. I didn't even think about that, but you're absolutely right. We are super cozy today. I'm just not a fan of the Western settings in general. I might try. See, I like Dustvale because I've been listening to that while editing it. Tiger, I'm so glad you're loving Tidal Blades. I've been listening to Dustvale while I edited a little bit, and that is like a high fantasy, like with elves and stuff, but it's set in the Western setting of Lacrince. You've got like trains and guns and stuff like that, and that's very cool. But I think the traditional Western, I'm not, at least I wasn't before I started playing Wild RP. But now I've seen some Western films and I'm like, wow, these are excellent. But it's just like that setting never really kind of grabbed me. But Red Dead Redemption 2 is incredibly beautiful. So it's like the look of the world and the fact that you get a horse, you know, that stole my heart. And obviously the RP is disgustingly good. So that kind of like definitely took my heart. But I've been saying, if Star Citizen were ever in a situation or like anything that was like the quality of Red Dead Redemption 2's visuals and gameplay and the way your body moves and stuff like that, like if that existed in space, I'd be done. So it'd be over for me. It's all I would do. 100%. I would be like, I already have a million character ideas. One of them being just a trucker, just a delivery dude in space. I would love that so much. And you can pet the dogs. Yep. Ripperoni. It's entirely possible because my cat is right here putting his foot on the keyboard. But I think we're good. Rockstar doing a space themed game would be pretty sick, not gonna lie. Yep. Can I pet that dog? Yep. So I was thinking today, we had two options. It was either I was going to boot up some No Man's Sky, and we're gonna roam around in the expedition, or we're gonna boot up Wilderby because I can't stop myself. I would be a space doctor without borders if I could. Oh my God, that would be amazing. That would be so good. I need to finish the Omega expedition. So that was kind of my thing is it going to, did you ever get John his ship? God damn it, you guys. I was talking to John the other day. You know what's happened to him? Pokemon. Motherfucker has fallen full into Pokemon card game. He's like telling me all about it. And I was like, John, I have your ship. And he's like, what ship? No, I'm exaggerating. But yeah, we were talking about how obsessed he is with the Pokemon card game at the moment and how much he loves it. And I said, the only card game I ever really played was Netrunner. And he was like, I know Netrunner. And so we had a bonding over Netrunner, which was pretty cool. They do have a medic ship on Star Citizen. Yeah, but Star Citizen isn't to the place yet where it is reliable enough. Meyer is going to tell me. Meyer is like my guru for Star Citizen. And when Meyer tells me it's time, guys, we're gonna do a run. We're gonna do like at least a month of RP in Star Citizen when he tells us it's ready. But he's like, it's close, but not quite. But he's been saying that for like a year and a half. Oh, I can't wait. I will join you. Really, Drac? Oh my God. I will be your driver. I'll be your driver. Dude, okay, hold up. If you want to do Doctors Without Borders, I will absolutely do that. You'll be the doctor and I will just be the person that like flies the ship and brings the medical supplies to wherever it is that we're going. I don't know if I can be a space doctor. I mean, I have done med RP before, but I do like the idea that maybe I'm just learning. Yes, it's done. I agree. Yes, completely. We'll get like a little junker ship and we'll fly through space. It'll be excellent. I'll be the mysterious source of organs and spare body parts. Yeah, Meyer's the one to watch for updates. Yeah. He'll let us know. Oh, I did see the like Star Citizen solo gameplay trailer. That was pretty cool. Like the Fuel Rats and Elite Dangerous. Yeah. Yeah. Fuel Rats was such a cool name. If it saves lives, I'll ask no questions. Yeah. Oh, wow. You're playing Kalechi. You're playing... Sorry, excuse me. I'm sorry, excuse me. Are you playing Space Kalechi? Is that what's happening here? Yep. Oh man, I knew that with the one line, Drac. I was like, holy shit. Oh God. Oh wait. Oh no. Oh no. Don't play Space Kalechi. That totally changes my character. I love it so much. Then I am an apprentice, I think, which is great because I can still have like morally gray. And when you do stuff and you're like, that's just the, you know, like if it's going to save lives, we got to do it. And I can be the one that adds friction to be like, I don't know how I feel about that, boss. Oh, that's so good. Oh, I love that. Oh, I love it so much. Okay. So I've had a couple of thoughts for Wilds. One is, what if I was heartened by Hello Games saying they have no intention of stopping No Man's Sky updates anytime soon. Oh yeah. I think they've gone above and beyond to show that they love the community and will continue to, you know. At least not. I think maybe potentially that once the new game is out, it's possible that they will come to a point, because they're a small studio, right? Where they might not be able to keep updates going at the same frequency for both games. But I do think that if they were ever to kind of like be like, we're done with No Man's Sky, they wouldn't do it unless they had something else for the community. Truly, it really feels like they're like community focused versus just outputting game after game after game, you know? I'm still waiting for the opportunity to give them my money for DLC or something. Yeah, I think the best way, Lazy, is to, you know, buy their merch or buy other people copies of the game, you know. I don't think they have a Ko-fi or anything where you could just throw money at them, unfortunately. But they might. I was reading that they might do updates that can work in both games. I suspect that would be really cool. Buy the game again on another platform. Yeah, yep. There's multiple ways to support those creators that you love. Especially the ones that you feel like are, you know, kind of doing right by you as well. Like they are. I don't know if there's another... I was saying this the other day. I don't know if there's another company that has put their future game mechanics into their old game. But it's very clever. You know, it's like one of those things where most companies, I think, would hold that back because they want to use it as a hype machine, right? Like, look at all the cool new things that you can do in our new game. Buy our new game. And then Hello Games is like, yeah, all this cool new stuff that's going to be in our new game is great, but we're bringing it over to No Man's Sky, our 8-year-old game as well, so that we can play, you know, it's a great way to test everything, bug test, which is wild. Don't need a huge Q&A department when you've got an active player base. Yeah. Do you think Light No Fire would be good for RP? If they give us a voice, if they give us VoIP or a way to make VoIP work, then yeah. I really do. Oh my God, that would be amazing. I really do. DE does this. Who's DE, Ninja? I really do think I would like to see more, I was going to say more support for like a VoIP. I tried cross save on No Man's Sky and got my PC save playing on my Mac. That's amazing. Digital Extremes, they make Warframe. Okay. I haven't played Warframe. Proximity VoIP is always the key. Yeah, or even if it's the ability to kind of like do, you know, like what they do with Wild. I don't know how any of it works, to be honest with you. It's amazing. But they use, you know, TeamSpeak, and it is proximity. It did seem to be broken yesterday, though. Which was weird because my staff brain got activated where I was trying to solve a puzzle in character, and everyone's just like trying to ignore the fact that the proximity VoIP seemed to be broken, and I'm sitting here like trying to figure it out so I could file a report. I felt so bad, Grenig, but I was like, you know, how are you, you know, like, are you speaking with your full fucking chest right now, trying to figure out exactly what has happened? I think it might have something to do with the snow. I just noticed you got your captions working. Do you want to know what it is, Tom? It's the dumbest thing. So when I hit start streaming, it doesn't work, right? And then when I hit stop streaming, it just goes stop streaming. I just hit it again. I accidentally hit it twice. So I did start streaming. It doesn't work the first time. I hit stop streaming and it goes stopping stream ... and it will stay there forever. But if I hit it again, then it actually stops the stream and I hit start again and it works. Dumbest fucking thing. Oh, no, we were doing so well. Gosh, sorry. Meanwhile, I'm just yelling the whole time. Yeah, they were really mad at us, weren't they? They were really pissed. I also thought it was funny because we were making such dumb jokes as we were passing that poor guy giving like a death speech in that fucking Were you trying not to curse? Yes. There is an adorable child watching this stream right now, so I'm trying very hard not to curse. I think they are too young, but you never know. It could osmose. It's all falling apart. Yep. Okay. I got this. Okay. I got this. I got it. Time to fill the curse gap. Wow, Aqua. Did you see why your message got held? If you want, just retype it. Oh, are you making a Jif peanut butter joke? That is a crazy callback to like a week ago. Yeah. Oh, jar. Time to fill the curse jar. Okay, I thought you were saying gap. I tried setting up an automatic swear jar, but the speech recognition for it is pants. I've never heard that expression before. Listen, here's what I was trying to tell you. We need to rope somebody else into the office because Trench, Grenig, and I are not allowed to play by ourselves. Because we just get ridiculous. We just get stupid. I've actually been going swear-free for so long because of TikTok Live that I've almost lost all impulse of doing it IRL. Yeah, I've always wanted to do that, Rob. What do you mean? We're just trying to talk like regular guys. Yeah. Pants is a British thing, I guess. I love that. It's pants. I'm gonna say that from now on. Have mercy. Also, Rob, I adore you. How are you? My cat is okay. He's sleeping here on my desk. The kitty cat update for you all. He seems to be doing much better. He's made it through the craziest hard part. He's still on some pain medication. He still has like whatever the fuck it's called. Whatever it's called. Pancreatitis. Breaking news, yeah. But the pain meds and everything are really helping him. So I think he's going to make a full recovery. I had to get used to it for teaching already. So I'm on a more practice. So here's the weird thing, Rob, is that I know I used to be able to do that. I used to be, when I was around religious people, I would be able to do it no problem. Like my mother-in-law was extremely religious. I could spend entire hours around her and not say a word. But it's like, I think there's a disconnect of, you know, maybe it's like when I'm physically there in the space with someone and I know that I'm not allowed to be, you know, but it's not even a conscious decision, Lily. That's the craziest thing, you know? And a longer time ago, you know, I had very small children around me. I had very small children, lol. My baby sisters, right? And so I was able to do it. It's called code switching. Actually, Drac? Because that's pretty cool. My switch is broken. It totally is. That's crazy. Well, so then I could code switch. Is that how I would use that term? I could code switch pretty easily when you know, my baby sisters were around, or when I was around like extreme religious people and I was still like in my, you know, kind of that original environment before I had left. I was able to turn that on or code switch. And then now when I left, I and my sisters were like 12 and 15, I would accidentally slip up all the time. But I think it's because I wasn't around them all the time. I had moved away, right? So it's just super weird. And I can still do that. It's really weird. But it does seem to be in physical places. You know, if I go somewhere where it's like, you know, a Christmas party or something like that, I can, it'll code switch for me. I don't even have to think about it. I can generally keep my mouth clean when I need to, except when I'm playing a game. Gaming in clean mouth is impossible for me. Yeah, I think it's just like it's default punctuation, which I just sometimes I just want to stop doing that because it's like, You know, I don't know. There are many, 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 many reasons why you want to try and maybe cut it out, but censorship on Twitch and TikTok and all sorts of things, like you can't have it at all. You can't even, did you know you can't even have the beep anymore? The algorithm scans for the censor beep. You just have to cut the sound. That's crazy to me. The beep is hilarious. I almost did it. There. I censored myself live. Here's the thing, though. Here's the thing. TikTok, I find incredibly fascinating and terrifying. And I would love to be able to post stuff on TikTok. But I have a weird, I get the full dystopia feeling when I think about engaging with TikTok. Mostly because I find it very fascinating that the censorship has TikTok is so widespread and it's such a cultural thing, especially for the younger generation, that the censorship on the app has changed vernacular in real life. People say unalive unironically now when they're not on TikTok. And people saying like the purple app when they're referring to Twitch because they can't say the name of Twitch or the algorithm will push it down. You know, code switching is when the way you speak, behave changes, usually subconsciously with different groups of people. Oh, this is interesting. In your life, I code switch often when with non-UK friends, for example. A lot less UK specific slang. Sometimes I notice my accent is even more pronounced. Or like Locard said, I use less slang when around white people to minimize discrimination, judgment, microaggressions. Oh, wow. I'm going to try to seek out some juicy cases for the dumb folks, so keep in touch, won't you? Absolutely. Absolutely. I'll send you a telegram. Thank you for stopping by. Your RP has been fire lately. For real. And I'm sorry that Iggy died before we could really become closer friends. But I love that I know you on Alder now, and I love that the Swamp Devil case is closed, because I kind of had to stay away from that as Alder because I was Iggy. So, but now I think I can get to know Alonzo a lot better now that case is closed. No, it was amazing motivation. Yeah, it was incredible. Like, I just can't say enough wonderful things about it. Iggy died. Whose fault was that? Yeah, I feel like I know Imogen a lot better now, to be honest. Oh my God, that's such a... Oh my God. I'm sorry about her mom. How'd you find out about that? Oh my God, I need to know everything. I just woke up my cat and he's so mad. Oh, that McMuffin, that makes me so happy. Also, holy shit, it got so dark in here all of a sudden. Clouds. Yes, I know. You're so grumpy. I was so loud. I'm sorry. Wow, that is a treat, McMuffin. I had that in Iggy's backstory since day one, and I just thought there's never going to be a situation where I'm going to be able to share with the audience or tell anyone, because it just never really came up. Look at his grump face, dude. Oh, he doesn't feel well. So cute. I love him. I'm so glad he didn't die. I'm not ready. Oh. What a sweet bean. He's just such a special cat. I know, like, I mean, obviously all cats are special, but like, I don't know, man. He's literally a cat who just doesn't not want to be around you. You know, if I'm laying on my side on the couch, he's laying on me, like in just the most, it must be so uncomfortable, but he manages to make it work. Right? How old is he? I don't want to think about it, but I think he's like 18. He's old. He's older. He's older. Can't wait for what's to come, PB. Have a great stream. Talk to you later. Okay, maybe I'll see you later in game today. But you were excellent, and it was so nice to see you, and thank you for stopping by. Everyone go follow McMuffin. He doesn't stream yet, but if he does, you'll know. I hope you're doing well today and you had a good weekend. I had a session 0 for a 3-episode game I'm designing and playtesting with my regular group. That sounds so fun, Tangent. He's so sweet. Yes, he is, Georgia. Mwah, mwah, mwah. I know he looks like doped up, and any vet text or anything like that, he's on pain meds, so he's definitely gonna seem out of it a little bit. So don't worry. It's normal at the moment. Mwah. Yeah, he's like, ugh. He's very groggy. SADC is baby. He enjoys being held as close to your neck as possible. Oh, Zadk. Wicked, is that your cat's name? Held as close to your neck as possible and has been watching lots and lots of movies with my mom. Oh my God. That's the new kitty, right? I knew that. Also, Wicked, have you seen the fucking emote that I made, Stevie? Special Agent Dale Cooper. That is the name of your new cat? That is perfect. That is amazing. Holy shit. Oh my God. You have the most perfect emotes. Look, yeah, directed by David Lynch. I also have that. Hold on. My cat is just stepping all over the keyboard. You're good, buddy. Wicked, did you see the Stevie emote that I asked for? She had a thumbnail and I was like, I'm just going to send it to you real quick. Sorry, everyone just has to pause while I'm like, this is the best thing I've ever fucking seen. I have to make it an emote in the stream as long as she lets me do it. Hold on. I am messaging you on Discord here. Look at this. Oh my God, I missed that message, Wicked. I'm a dick. Holy shit, dude. I'm so sorry. I would love to do that. Look at that. Isn't that excellent? It's the best. Hold on. I'll put it up on the screen, you guys. It's so good. If she lets me, I'm putting it up. Stevie emote, PB, very special request, Merry Christmas or some shit is what she named the file. Okay, hold on. Are you ready? Guys, you're not ready. It's the best thing I've ever seen. Holy shit, dude. Holy shit. Oh, the pained expression. It's so good. It is PBTV honey, but like full energy, man. It's excellent. Oh my God. What game are you playing today? I don't know, Yellow Cat. I think Wild RP. So if it's not your jam, I totally get it. I've just been like so exhausted this last week. My cat, who just muted the GoXLR. Did you complete the expedition? When does it end, Tom? That was my deciding factor. I was like, I would like to do some Wild RP today, but if the expedition ends tomorrow, then I'll hop on and do some of that because I don't want to miss it. 11th or the 7th. Oh, we got time. We got time then. it's a 2-week one. Okay, next week, I think. Okay. Then we will plan to do that, I think. Probably later this week. I was thinking Wild RP Yellow Cat, but it also might just be a stream where we just sit and talk the whole time. I'm in the state of like, I can't plan anything. I can't like have I'm playing this game tomorrow or whatever. Oh, for Christ's sake. We're taking a quick ad break. Sorry, I didn't see it in time. Okay, sweetheart. Can you not do that? Okay, we're good. It works. Party. Wait, you guys, guess what we fixed? Guess what we fixed? Guess what we fixed? Do exclamation point purge, motherfuckers. You're welcome. It's back. Our favorite command of all time. When you say something and you accidentally spoil a game, you can now type purge. Yeah. Yep, Wicked. Just... Yes! It's back. Test YouTube. I promoted Stream Elements there weeks ago. I don't know if I have to put commands in a separate section for the YouTube bot.
Hyper hardcore.
Nice. Thank you so much, Jazz. 80 months in a row. Good God. The big 8-0. Cheers to the next 80. Oh, thank you, Jazz. I appreciate that. Everyone go follow Wicked, please, by the way. Nice. It's working. Yeah, there's this separate section, so we'll have to... Yeah, because it uses, like, different commands and stuff, right, I think? So we will... I'll have to look at porting. I think that was on our list of things to do, right? Mods, we were going to do, like, a day where it's, like, we just port all the commands from Droidberry over to Stream Elements. At least for now. Check out wickedwest.com for some awesome fungi art. I still want to see, when Wicked's schedule clears up a little bit, Wicked, I still want to see about doing like a limited run of Nibiru stuff. I know it's like been ages since Gone ended, but I would love to have like a little Nibiru mushroom individual. Making the mods work. I know, Jazz, it's awful. It's awful. Discord. Okay, I see it's not working. Oh my God, that's right. Yeah, ages ago. I know. It's me too. Things move at a speed that are too much for me sometimes, I think. It's never too late for more Gone. I forgot I bought the books for that project specifically. Oh, really? Oh my God. Then yes, I will definitely reach out. I was thinking about it, Wicked, I was thinking about it for Mirth, actually, which is such a weird thing. But I was like, oh, you know what will be a cute nod to Gone in Mirth, in the world of Mirth, is to have like a little mushroom person that roams around with Mirth, which is really cute. Oh my God, Wicked, that's very kind. That's too kind. That's very sweet. But I want to pay you. I want to throw money at you. And I also just want to do like I think it would be cool. And I don't know how this works, but this is how people collaborate stuff, right? Where it's like, you know, other people could get one too. Like it's like a limited run. And I don't know if we pre-order them for you so you know exactly how many to make or whatever, but I think that would be cool because I know I'm not the only one. The Fun Guys crossover is, yeah, exactly. Fun Guys in Table Story. For sure. 100%. I think that would be super fun. And then we could run a little ad on Table Story and stuff, and I think that would be neat. I can definitely make like magnets in this capacity. Yeah, just like it doesn't even need to be something, you know, huge. But yeah, I'll DM you. Here, I'm bumping this. I'm literally going bump. So that it's up at the top before we both ADHD forget everywhere. Did you handle your failing hard drive situation? No, I'm sure it's fine. If you go in a black hole before going to the second point, just teleport. Oh, okay, okay. Go back to bed. Bert, I miss you so much. How are you? What is this fucking tropical tree here? What does this mean? TwitchCon 2022, San Diego. Didn't I go? Guys, didn't I go to TwitchCon 2022? No. No. Mine was like 2017 or something like that was the last one I did. Whichever one was the haunted ship. That one. Working again, so that's good. Oh, fuck yeah. I'm very happy to hear that. Hope all is well. Yeah, things are going well. I'm running 2 shows a week for the first time ever. One on Wednesday and one on Sunday. And so that's been pretty wild. I'm now just talking to Bert and everyone just is gonna chill while I catch up Bert on some things. 2016, I think that makes sense. Because we missed each other at the con, Wicked, but then we hung out in person here, right? With Stevie. Marty Malone! Tidal Blades is so good. I'm so glad you're enjoying it. Also, what is this? Legend of Zelda. Okay, I was like, we're talking tropical, and then all of a sudden this, like, you know. Wonderful. Oh, hey, that works, David. That worked. But yeah, it's been real good, Bert. You know, the GMing, like running 2 shows a week has been a lot, but I'm hoping it's like a creative muscle where if I do it, the more I do it, the more I'll get used to it, and then it'll just be like nothing. That's the hope anyway. Where'd you get those mugs? They look nice. Local, actually. I can send you a link because you're local too. I will do that. Also, I messaged Kano yesterday seeing if he wanted to play some... Oh shit, what the fuck is it called? French, what's it called again? Void Crew. You don't have to answer. I got it. Just be careful. GM burnout is a thing and it's not fun. Oh yeah, I've been GMing for like 6 years now. But I am fully aware and I'm slowly dipping myself into the pool. I've been playing some kebab restaurant game. That's really fun. What the fuck is that? And multiplayer. Oh my god, yes. Throw it in that group. We had a group for trying to play games together, I think, right? Drop it in there. Just remind everyone that we, you know, I've been thinking about it the last week. I was like, I kind of just want to put something in there and remind everyone that I still want to play games with you guys. My ultimate goal for merch one day is an in-universe book similar to Gravity Falls journals that have come out. Oh, that's very cool, Drac. That's very cool. My main focus right now is just finishing my system and getting that out there. I just want to have that on my bookshelf. I think that is a dream. That is the dream at the moment. Finish my system. You know? Admittedly, when I suffered burnout, it was because I didn't know how to say no, and no one else in my gaming group would GM when I begged them to. It ended half a year later with a divorce that broke the group apart. Jesus Christ, Tangent. Holy shit. Me too, Drac. Me too. I'll have moments where I'm like, oh man, this mechanic is clunky and I don't know how to make it work, or, you know, I'm not sure how this is going to go. Like, so this is interesting because you played in Kingmakers where we didn't do it this way. And then you're also watching Deathless where you can see that we were doing like a difficulty. I'm removing that, man. I don't like the fact that they have to ask me every time. Like in Kingmakers, it was great because you guys, you would say, what do I roll? Or you would know what to roll, right? And you didn't need me. It wasn't stopping the game for me to give you the difficulty. You knew exactly what it was to do. So I'm hopefully rearranging some things to try to make it so that it's quicker, where the players have more agency. Not that they don't have agency with the difficulty, but I also just like the metaphor. Of the GM shifting rather than setting the difficulty. And that's just such a small, stupid thing. I know that, but I think it's pretty cool because then it's like the universe sets the difficulty, or you yourself have the difficulty set based on your own stats and experience, and the GM just nudges one way or the other. And I like that. I think that's cool. I have no idea who that is, Socratic. So no. I'm playing Planet Crafter lately, and it's like not underwater Subnautica gameplay loop. Ooh, it's about terraforming a planet from Mars, like to Earth, like heating up, adding O2 pressure. I'm digging it. Wow, that sounds great. The creator of Nibiru and Zephyr. Oh, I don't follow on Patreon, but I did follow on Twitter X or whatever before I quit that. Dude, why didn't I recognize that name? But yeah, Zephyr looked very cool. Having it linked to just your skill rather than a set difficulty felt quicker and mechanically supports the idea that the characters are competent. I agree. The thing is, I couldn't get I'm trying to code the Roll20 sheet by myself, and it's hard. And I tried to switch some stuff. It was working, and then all of a sudden it just stopped working, and I couldn't figure out why it wouldn't roll anymore. It's probably just one apostrophe that's missing. Yeah. Oh, yikes. That's crazy, Tangent. Yeah. It's rare for me to see cheerful, unpleasant person in the same sentence. Yeah, so like I think you know, running the risk of creative burnout or just GM burnout can happen in many, like, for example, this week, obviously, with my cat, right? For me, I think, like, as long as I manage everything outside of the GMing, then I'm okay. You know, as long as I make sure that I have which is why I think I'm leaning more towards Wild lately, is because that is a creative play space for me. Not that GMing isn't a creative play space, because it is, but I'm the one doing all the heavy lifting for like making that playground, right? And it's like, you know, even when the players are, you know, doing the craziest fucking RP and I'm silent, I'm still listening very actively to everything that they are saying, because I do a lot of time travel and stuff, right? So I have to listen to what they're saying and go, okay, write that, you know, like jog that down, because that is going to come into play later or whatever, you know, like I'm very focused on what they're saying in their RP. And then I'm also, you know, obviously producing live with the music and stuff like that. So, you know, all of that's going on. So it is, hey, whack, big blanket energy. Dude, Yep. I'm feeling it today. I'm just cuddling with Pumpkin on the desk here. I was an hour late to stream. His Patreon is really cool and thoughtful game design blogs. I can't gift you a sub to it, but he said I could pirate his posts to you. What? I think you'd find them very interesting. You don't need to pirate posts to me. I adore him and his system. I didn't even know he had a Patreon. I'll go check it out. Okay? Have you ever played a game where the players are more involved in the world building? Yes. So, Oracle's Rest. Oracle's Rest was, I think this actually came from Whack, right, Whack? So I'm sure tons of other people do it. So just to clarify, I mean in the sphere of Table Story. Whack was the first one to do, hey, we're all going to build this world together. And he just done it for a couple of different shows. I think you did some minor group building in Identity Crisis, but it was very minor. But I can't remember. I didn't really think about it. Well, because you did the world building in well, you said the other day you did it with Talanis, right? Or was that you? You ran a game where people helped build the world together, and then obviously main character. The world building has been joint. So Talanis, main character. I know you've done it with some other stuff as well, because I remember being like, that's sick as hell. And Talanis, the Talanis games that WAC ran were like, you know, before my time with Table Story. So years and years and years ago. But the first one that I played in that had the joint world building was Oracle's Rest. And Brad basically, it was an offline game that Brad was like, yeah, it's just going to be standard D&D. It's not going to have any Brad bullshit in it. So just like set your expectations. He lied, guys. He cannot help himself. And anyway, so he commissioned a map, and then was like, everyone is responsible for your own area. Go. And then we got to go and world build. And that is actually, you guys, that is actually why I was like, oh man, because I can't remember if Oracle's Rest came before Kingmakers or during or whatever, but I wrote like a fucking chapter book on my little town that I had, the town that I was responsible for. I was like, oh my God. And I just like built this whole society. I like wrote history for it. And then I went, oh, this is fun. I really like this. And it made me realize I really enjoy the world building portion, which is weird because I obviously did world building for Nocturne because that's my world, but and I did enjoy that as well. Like I have a whole history for the Lucky Rabbit, right? And how it functions and whatnot. And, you know, like I enjoyed that, but it was really building this world for Oracle's, or this like town and area for Oracle's Rest, where I was like, this is excellent. I just want to do this all the time. 7th Eon, Neon Scream, integrated into the system, Nameless Ones, Identity Crisis, Halcyon Unbound, 100 Club, and main character. So I don't remember us doing world building for Identity Crisis and Halcyon Unbound. I remember the really cool video that you did and the stuff that you made for that, but I don't recall being like, yes, we're doing this together. But my brain, we had a long episode 0. Okay, my brain could have eaten it. The combined world building has to be such a cool thing when you have a good crew with good heads on their shoulders. Yeah. Or even just really like, the willingness to say stuff that it might seem tropey or, you know, whatever, so that you can get it out there and then tweak it from there, you know? I feel like a lot of people are afraid to say stuff because it's like, oh, you know, I don't want it to be too similar to this thing or that thing. And it's like, well, you got to say it first so that we can then go, okay, I love that, but how do we make that not quite so much like this or that? And then you think of ways to kind of like twist it, or you just embrace the trope, which is totally fine too, right? But the world building in Oracle's Rest is what made me make Mirth, because I was like, this is super fun. And I think it would be fun if, you know, I was at the helm, but all of us, chat and me, were building this world together and then we play in it. And I think that would be super great. I feel like it lets one focus more specifically on set pieces and characters. I super don't recommend group world building until people have some experience, though. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Because it can be pretty overwhelming. It's also knowing when to stop with the world building portion as well, right? Like it's to the point now where I have to, like if you're having fun, obviously go for it. But it also depends on how you GM. So this is actually really good. This point that WAC has made is because I think WAC has a superpower that is osmosis of information. Brad and I were talking about this the other day. WAC, I don't know if I told you, but like the other day, Brad and I went ape shit and built a whole area. And I felt bad. I was like, oh no, Whack's gonna like walk in like the pizza gif and the building's on fire, except it's like, oh, we built this whole fucking area. And then at the same time, we went, oh, Whack will love it. Because he just doesn't have to do any of the work. He can look at it, he'll read it, he'll osmosis, and like he'll have it down. He'll know all of the fucking information. And that is a GM superpower that Whack has. Like, he will take the time, he will read the, like, are you talking about the thing? Yeah, I realized as soon as I started to say it, I couldn't really fully articulate. Yeah. It's a Google Doc now already. You don't need to worry about it, essentially, Whack. Don't worry about it. You got a lot on your plate right now. Don't worry about it. The thing, a trademark. Yeah. But no, this is actually something that Whack does really well, right? So he can have a book of information, he'll read it, he'll digest it, and he can recall it. And it's more just like, actually, he's not recalling it. It's just like the way that the world is then. And he can, I mean, experience GMing, really. Yes. Yeah. Well, but it's not just that too, right? It's not just that he has experience, it's how he GMs. Because I think there are other types of GMing where you're not necessarily osmosing the information. Like, there's nothing wrong with having a bunch of notes. There's nothing wrong with having everything in one Google Doc. And when a player uses a keyword, you do Control F and you fucking find it. And then you read it and you go, okay, I got it. There's nothing wrong with GMing that way. And there's nothing wrong with GMing in the osmosis way, where you write it all down. But it means that when you're world building for someone like me, who is going to let things twist and adjust, like, even if I had something written down, if a player has presented me something that I find more interesting, or I want to twist it now to basically yes and whatever's happening with the player, I'll be like, yep. And then as soon as I've said it, I have to write it down, because I'll fucking forget it. Or not really, I won't forget it. I'll remember it, but then it's all in my head and it has nowhere to go, you know? So for me, it's like, if it happens in play, I'm going to remember. I think it's because the way I relate to any worlds or settings is via the characters in the world and how they react to it. I need to emphasize or sympathize with them in some way. Yes. Yeah. This right here. Guess all your GM friends. Yeah. Can you repeat the part of stuff where you said about all the things? The things? Yes, we're working on some cool stuff at Table Story. That's all. Okay. And I shouldn't have said anything, but I was very excited. I did let my players develop their own homelands or homes in the game that I'm running, but it's fairly limited, as I think it helps get the players to have more buy-in to the world. Yeah, that can be definitely a way to get people invested, for sure. Yeah. But yeah, so I think there's, multiple ways to approach world building. But for example, when I was doing a lot of the Kingmakers world building and I built the like hold your kin and stuff like that. And, for me, it's like thinking about, I think about the area first. What does it look like? What does it smell like? And then I'm usually like, okay, what is it? If I were a player walking through here, what, what's the experience? What are the creatures? Are there NPCs? And then I just continue to ask those questions and I will write it all down. I won't stop myself if I'm having fun. But when I hit a spot where I'm like, I don't know why it does that, and I can't think of an answer, I just move on. It'll come in the game. Someone will give you an answer and you're like, that's it. And then you write it down. Like, you don't have to have all the answers right now. You don't have to have all the answers ever, But for me, the world building fun part is when I ask those follow-up questions. Like, for example, one of the spots up in Din is like right on the coast. And so I tend to think about, like, when it's at like towns and stuff, I think about, okay, what's the weather like? What's the weather like? And then what do they import, export? How does that town survive? And then that answers so many questions for me. And then that also helps me build my NPCs, right? Because then I'm like, oh, okay, this is a tourist town. Okay, got it. Then you're going to have these and this people, and this is what they do. And you're going to probably have this kind of thing. And, You know, like in Din, it's you know, fog that rolls in, but also it's like heavy fishing community and stuff like that. So they provide a lot of fish. So you're gonna have a lot of fishermen. You're gonna have boats. You're gonna have shipwrights. You know, stuff like that. So that always I find incredibly helpful. Oh, wow, that's crazy. Tangent. They say swans appear serene while paddling frantically under the surface. PB is just as frantic on the surface, excitedly making magic. Do you remember the book that Brad recommended to us, Prince of Thorns? Yeah, I read the whole thing. I don't even know if Brad finished it. I wasn't able to get into it because the main character was kind of the antagonist, psychopath, sociopath. I just couldn't wrap my head around why he was motivated to do the things that he did. So the world was harder for me to visualize. Yeah, I don't think... you know what I really liked about that book, Whack? And I don't think you're going to care if I tell you. It's like a slow reveal about the world that they never actually directly say. But it's like presented... yeah, I know what you mean. Okay, yeah, it's presented like a high fantasy world, right? But then every once in a while, they'd be talking about like ruins or old buildings, and they would say rebar and shit. And you're like, what? And it's like, they never outright say it. You just continue reading, and it's like, oh my God, this is not a fantasy world. This is Earth. This is like post-apocalyptic shit. And they've gone back to fantasy land, but he's just never going to say it. It didn't have a huge impact on me, though, because everything was so fucked. Yeah, that's a really dark story. The crazy thing about that, too, is, you know, Brad recommended it when he was still reading the first one. And I read through the whole thing, and then he never mentioned to me, like, hey, you know, I finished this and we should talk about it. And I got to the end, and it was fucking, I mean... Okay, I don't want to spoil the book for anyone. I don't want to spoil it for anyone. But it was one of those situations of like, oh my God, this is like, if I say this, I think it'll spoil it. I think you guys are too smart. You're going to know immediately what the twist is at the end. So I'm not going to say shit. I'm sorry. But it's good if you can get over the fact that the main character is a horrible person. Then yeah, it's good. There's a side character in that I really liked, and not a side character, but like one of the other characters that isn't the main protagonist. And I think he dies, and I was like, oh fuck this, I can't. He was the only reason I was reading this. But then it's like they do some stuff with like time, and they go back, and he's still in it, so it's good. But man, I think this is too obvious to say, Kirsty. Unfortunately, I went through a couple different versions in my head of how I could say it, but yeah, we're talking about Prince of Thorns. It's a trilogy. I can't remember what the other ones are called, but Jorg is the main character's name. I think I enjoyed book 1, but fell off fast with book 2. Yeah. Yeah, I think it was one of those things where I was just like, you haven't heard of Wheel of Time, or that it's Earth? Yeah, I haven't heard that it's Earth either. That's interesting. I read Wheel of Time like the first 4 or 5 books, I think, when I was a lot younger, but I never kept up with it. I think high fantasy is really hard for me to get into. Just because there's usually it's usually high political. I can't really visualize things very well when I'm reading it on the page. So if you're using like a million different names and references to people, you know, unless the characters are so incredible. This is what it is. Are you ready? This is what it is. And I just sort of fucking realized this. It's because a lot of high fantasy is written in third person removed perspective. So I don't get to feel what the characters are feeling. I don't get to really know what they're thinking, because it's really like most of the high fantasy is written from that removed perspective where they're just telling you what's happening. And you get to see the characters react, and you get to, you get to see what's happening, but it's really written like a movie, where I did read the Silmarillion when I was a lot younger, whack. And I hated it. I wonder if that's why I can't write in third person anymore. I can write in third person, and I like writing in third person. But it can't be the detached, removed perspective. It's got to be like third person present or something, Like I quite like reading. So a good example of third person. It's not called present. It's called something else. But I'm gonna call it third person present, where it's like you are there and you get to know what the characters are feeling and thinking and their emotion. Is Stephen King will write that way, quite often. So you know exactly what the character is feeling and thinking. And a lot of the high fantasy books are just that removed third person perspective. And I'm just like, why do I care? What's happening here? I don't, I know that this horrible thing has happened. Yeah. Wait, no, now third person, omniscient is the removed one, right? Or is that the one we're going to have to look it up because now I'm super curious. So Brad recommended a book, but Whack couldn't relate to the sociopath main character. What does that say about Brad? I mean, it's fucking Berserk, right? What? How do you recommend that show? Or manga? You got to be like, so this is really fucked up. There's some really fucked up shit in here, but it's good. Which is exactly how Brad recommended it to me. He went, you're going to hate this main character. But I think you will, I think you will enjoy some of the other things about it. Hey, you like fucked up shit? Read this. I don't know if it's like that so much as it is, just like there's something in here that I like, but there's some other fucked up shit going around. It's not like well, at least for me, it's not like I'm reading it because it's fucked up. I believe it's third person viewer can see everything, like the character's thoughts and feelings. Right. Okay. I've not heard of that, Drac, but I will add it to my list. And I think doesn't Brandon Sanderson also write that way? Which I've been meaning to fucking read his books, guys. I've been meaning to. But I think he writes with the third person, but you still get to feel what the characters are feeling and thinking. Have you ever read Lord of Mysteries? No, I haven't. I have not. It's Sailor Moon if it was dark and more warlocky. Holy shit. Yes. Sign me the fuck up. What's it called? I just can't read Sanderson. I've tried and tried. Interesting. Do you mind if I ask why? I don't know, man. I don't know if it's PTSD or ADHD, but I have a really hard time with books that are probably extremely fucking well written, but I need it to be. Brandon Sanderson writes with the let's make this book 3 times longer than it needs to be. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. I have a hard time with that sometimes. You know what other book was like that? I'm putting this in here so I don't forget it. But I loved it. Otherland. Van, who used to be a mod here in this chat. I think he's technically still a mod, but he's not able to stop by. He mailed me that book with a little sticky note on it that was just like, hey, PB, I think you'll really like this. It was very sweet. And I read it, and it was really slow to get into at first, but then there was like, it's like this whole thing. It's like basically you go into a video game, and it's not a video game, but like it's an isekai, you go into another world and it's fucking sick as hell, but it takes forever for them to do that. And I'm like, oh, but it's very, very well written, but I do tend to really enjoy first person perspective a lot, as long as it's not, Fourth Wing. I can't fucking handle that book. I'm just using that as an example because it's the most recent one that everyone was freaking out about. And I read it and was like, this is junk food. I shouldn't say the word trash. I shouldn't say that. That's someone's creation that they poured their heart into. Should have maybe given it a couple more beta reads, I think. With Wheel of Time, I read the first 5, loved them mostly. And then book 6 hit, and no, after that I started skipping half the book. Oh, wow. Fourth Wing is brain candy for sure. Yeah, I think it's that. Like, here's the thing about Fourth Wing. Okay? The world building. Tell the dragons. Tell me about the dragons. Tell me about what the fuck is happening with the people you're at war with. There's something going on there that I don't know, your people in power aren't telling you. There's like cool political spy shit going on. And then it's like there are cardboard characters, Mary Sue characters, this frail girl with silver hair and violet eyes, and I'm just like, kill me. Are you 12? Just, dude, I like, and I mean, everyone's guilty of that. Everyone's guilty of that, right? Of having this like badass main character that is level 1. You like show up to your very first D&D game and you're like, yes, I am an assassin with the Harper's Guild. And I like, you know, like, so I'm a good assassin and I like do all these things and I'm like super cool. And you're level 1. No, you're not. No, you're not. You're level 1. You want to do those things, but you're level 1. But then I hit a point. I'm 12 feet tall. Yeah. I fucking hit a point, dude. And this crosses into most of the games that I'm in, but also most of the time when I play video games too, where I'm just like, just give me the normal human model, man. There's nothing crazy interesting about me. You know, just make me a normie human. I don't care. I have gray eyes and like a normal build. Normal's not the right word, but stereotypical maybe. I need you to ban Ninja. The Wheel of Time show is an abomination. Oh, stereotypical gray eyes. Christ. Isn't that what most people pick nowadays? I think the number of character sheets I've seen or NPC sheets I've seen where it's like, my eyes are gray. Actually, it was very specifically was a reference to the Dead Alewives skit that they did ages ago about D&D, where it was like, I thought you had blue eyes. Or no, I thought you had gray eyes. No, I changed it. I changed it on my character sheet. I have gray eyes now, or blue eyes, whichever one it is, where they fucking just change it on the sheet. That's what I was referencing. Where's the Mountain Dew? Where are the Cheetos? Yeah, but if there are any girls there, I want to do them. That whole fucking bit. That's ridiculous. Where are the Cheetos? Oh my god. Anyway, I love world building. It's like one of my favorite things. It's one of my favorite things. I cast magic missile. Exactly. Where? Into the darkness. It was, yeah, it's very good. I love how you guys are just talking about the Wheel of Time show and I've never seen it. Oh no, that's not true. I watched the first couple of episodes maybe, but I don't think I was feeling it. Hey, how you doing? Sleepy Bean? Huh? You want to come up here? His dopey expression, dude. I can't. World building is a lot of fun. Did Alder find any new cases? Yeah, okay. So we have... Yeah, I think... So here was my thought on Wild RP today. We either log in as Alder, and I just need to prepare you because it's 1 PM. I have no clue if anything is going to happen. It might just be me talking to you guys until we run into somebody. which is fine. I kind of need a low key. I just last week was so stressful with my cat and everything that I just kind of want to disconnect. Oh, I see now. This is making a full circle back to why I think I'm like, you know, craving wild. Is I'll crave wild when I am in a state of like I am doing a lot of like heavy lifting creatively, and wild I don't have to. I can just be in there and shit will happen. It's play space for me where you need to, if you're doing a lot of stuff like world building or GMing and creating things, you, in my opinion, you need an outlet where it's like I can just play and explore and be creative, but I'm being creative in a way that is filling me up. It's refueling my ability to then pull it out later. Maybe should have said that in a different way. I'm just doing it on purpose now. That makes sense. Yeah. It's like paying attention to, and I get the same thing with Final Fantasy 14, right? Like I can just like, or any other game that you're playing, you know, like Whack is playing through some Final Fantasy games right now too. And it's like, when you do that, you're playing somebody else's creation and it's just like you're absorbing it and you're partaking in that creativity. But it's just like noticing what things you do to prevent that GM burnout. And for me, it was like this last year, right? I ran Blade Runner. I wasn't in anything else. You know, after Ashes ended, Ashes was my last show. So I did Blade Runner, and then I wasn't in any show. Guys, do you remember there was a fucking time I was on Table Story like 4 days a week, which is incredible. I am so lucky that I was able to do that. But I think about that now and I'm like, oh, I could never do that now. I am GMing twice a week and on a show once a week. And I'm like, this is it. This is my max. I'm still watching Blade Runner. Blade Runner is one of the best things I've ever run. I loved that show and everyone in it was incredible. Holy shit, dude. I'm on episode 4 of your Silent Hill 2 remake VODs. Fucking masterpiece, dude. I loved it. I started Table Story thanks to Title Blades and Negs. So she's why I'm lurking in here now. She is fantastic. I have always wanted to GM her. So I saw her. So we played together in Simulacrum. That's where we met, her and I. And then she was in Witchcraft and Wizardry, which, bullshit aside with that IP, okay? Bullshit aside with that IP, I understand why they stopped doing, you know, like why they all made this decision to stop doing the show. But that was like a magical show where you could just escape for a little while, you know? I can't wait to watch the Stevie PB podcast update. Actually, we did something really cool, Wicked. We did a follow-up with, and it's 2 parts. I haven't had a chance to edit it yet, but it's 2 parts, and it's with Rob, who runs Geek Gen and hasn't played the game, but has fell into the lore, like loves the lore of it. And then my new friend Marissa, who had never experienced the series before and played the remake first. And so that was like just neat to have multiple perspectives on it, you know, because Stevie and I love it so much. We already know how we feel about it. So it was just like asking them what they thought. Anyway, I am now like flipping from tangent to tangent to tangent. I saw Negs in Witchcraft and Wizardry, and I got to play with her in there because I came on as an NPC at one point or another, or like another character, and she was just super lovely. And Colo I played with in ZBO, and then Colo was also in Witchcraft and Wizardry. And I knew that I like have a list of people that I would just love to GM for. And I just, when a project comes up, I constantly am like, okay, I don't have a physical list. It's in my brain. But, you know, when the project for Tidal Blades came up again, I was like, oh, instantly, this hopefully schedules permitting and, you know, stars and RNG fucking aligning. This is the show where I get to GM both Colo and Negs at the same time together, and it'll be amazing. Not sure how I found Negs, but it wasn't from anyone from Table Story. Then boom, she was there. Yeah, Moz. The small world, I think, too. Like, Table Story always gives me such small world vibes. Yeah. I need to share a tabletop RPG system with you I discovered that makes me want to be in a JJK-inspired campaign. What? Oh, JoJo. I'd even consider running it if that's the only way. I'd feel like you'd dig it. Yeah, send it to me. No? What do you mean JJK? Oh, Jujutsu. Yes. Holy shit, that would be crazy. That would be dark as hell. Yes, send that to me. JoJo. My first thought, Dova, was like, how the fuck are you going to do that? But also, that'd be hilarious. It's basically just ungodly, you know? Sort of. Just fucking imagine, dude, no, I'm sorry. No, I'm sorry. Imagine having like, now you have my brain going. Imagine that is what you tell your table of players. You're like, this is the soap opera, over dramatic game. Everything you do has to be anime as fuck. You have to be over dramatic. You have to be like, you know, but my grandmother gave me the, you know, like you just have to full on. And then like, as the episode is ramping up, right? You would have to pick like an end song that has the same vibe from JoJo, right? Where you're watching this like crazy breakdown or this really dramatic story reveal. And then it's like, and you're like, whoa. There's an Ungodly season 2 that I still need to watch. Wicked, it was very, very cool. I think it's like the first show on Table Story where we didn't do like any rolling. Like at least with Cerebrum, we did rolling off screen, but it was just kind of like straight improv because we had planned to go in doing Morkborg Pirates, but because it was such a technical show where we were doing live puppeteering, essentially, digital puppeteering, it was like, it was too much. I didn't want them to also have Roll20 open and also worry about rolling and shit like that. And then their characters would stop moving probably when they paused to roll. And it was just, but it was crazy. It's another project I'm really proud of. And now the next big project I do is going to be that. I want to do a D&D game where everyone has avatars like that. And that's crazy. That's insane. But I think it would be a lot of fun. But I do think it would have to be D&D. And it would have to be people who are very, very familiar with D&D. So they don't need to, you know, hi, sign me up. You got it. You know, live puppeteering. Okay, I need to prioritize that. Yeah, so I think the crazy reveal about that was, so hold on. I think I have the trailer here. Let's go over here for a second.
Bang!
So the reveal was that the show is, this is the show.
Yes, I can help.
This wasn't edited. This was live. They did this, right?
What's it for again?
Why didn't you just
We're
tell
gonna
me
make
to
it.
stop?
We're gonna get it.
I mean, this is edited, obviously, because it was the trailer, but the show was live puppeteering like this.
All right. Yes, sir. I can use the stones, actually.
Hey, who took all my stones? It's this time.
He took the stones from the French. I mean, what are you gonna do? Try to get it back?
I'm just trying to get
Trench
this
in the
out of here.
background, dude.
And
I
how are you gonna
can't.
do that with a bunch of bloody stones?
I put out stones that said SLS. And
How big do you think this sign is going to be? If somebody can read the signs, they're obviously close enough to see us. The stones mean nothing.
No, actually, that's a good idea. Yeah, to go ahead and write a SOS. I think this bird could use some sauce.
Fist of the
Okay,
fucking walrus's
sauce.
brain, dude.
S-
I want to eat it.
S. sauce.
That's
Yeah.
not how you spell sauce.
What? You mean it's how you spell sauce?
Oh my god, pirates are even dumber than I thought.
Hey, you listen here. If I'm so dumb, why is there ship at the bottom of the ocean?
Yours is underneath mine because yours sank fast.
I have it.
Is it?
Yes.
Have a plan.
Sprinkles, I want you to salvage the wreckage from his
His
ship and put it on
name
top
is
of his.
Sparkles.
I don't give
I
a
think
shit.
it's Spickers.
It's Sprinkles,
Whatever.
Captain. How could you?
Take the rummage, the wreckage from my ship and put it on top of that admiral's ship so it looks like I would.
On, Captain.
Okay, and after you're done with
Are
that,
you
do
even
it again, but for
listening,
my ship
Hal?
on top of his.
No,
Hi,
I'm the
Captain.
top, you're the bottom.
Well,
Wait, how is this going to help us get off? How are we going to make people come here?
well, because we just said he's going to be the top. Never mind. Where did you even have a ship, Frenchie? How did you get here?
Yeah, I had that ship vessel over there.
Yeah, his ship was in the corner watching us.
Oh, God, how disgusting.
You know, I'm thinking, instead of an SOS, how about a main title instead?
Yeah, you know, I think we've all given some good input, except for that guy. He's looking at us with his big old eyes. I don't like it.
Is he Oh my God, I think he's asleep with his eyes. Either that or he's dead.
Is he dead?
I don't know.
Poke him with a stick.
Sparkles,
Captain.
poke him with a stick.
Sprinkles.
Calls, my mistake.
Spickers.
Captain.
It's Admiral.
Yeah, I'm your captain.
Captain.
Yeah, I'm his captain.
No, I'm his captain.
I thought you were a king.
He was on my vessel.
Wee. Captain.
Yeah, I'm the only real
See?
captain here. You're some admiral, and that's a king,
need to wee.
supposedly.
Well, at least he won't get us confused moving forward. Isn't that right, Sparkles?
Captain. Admiral. Sire?
No, I'm the
Yes.
captain.
I'm the sire.
All right, so back to the title. Like, look, we're getting off track again. What should the title say?
How about King Guillaume and Friends Adventure
Oh, you think I'm a friend?
and Admiral?
Shut up! I hate you. No, Porter tells Admiral Bane's majestic return back to His Majesty's Royal Navy and idiots.
That's too long and winded, just like you.
Okay, what's your great idea, Captain?
I think you should ride out sauce so I can get some delicious sauce for this bird I'm eating.
That's too long.
Who would want to watch this shipwreck?
What about seamen? Get it?
I see what you did there.
Isn't the name of the ship called Shipwreck?
Yeah, well, mine was. In hindsight, it was probably a bad idea to name it that.
I can't believe you actually named your ship Shipwreck. What an idiot.
I believe that's what they call nominative determinism, Captain.
Don't use big words with me.
Captain.
I don't like what you just said.
I don't even know all they just said.
Don't
We
ever
were
say
not
that
using
word
YouTube
again.
Studio,
I don't
Annie. It
think
was
I could if I
it was a little bit more
Find my trying to
complicated
set
than
for
that,
my,
but
for my shipwreck, would you?
Captain.
I'm the captain.
Which wreck was it again?
It's the one that's on top.
Captain.
Come on, our show.
I ate the bird.
I sure hope people come and watch this.
Stop looking at me.
Help me! Where am I?
it was so good, you guys. It was so good.
Finally, we have arrived at the great battle between the lame Admiral Bane and the even lamer Battle Bell. Look, they're weathering their cannons now.
Starboard side! Prepare to fire!
Captain.
You there with the face! Shoot that guy with the other face!
Fire! Fucking and country! Burn them to the ground! He's talking about fuel ship! You can it! I'm fine!
Oh, yeah?
Right? We're fine, right?
Roll out the big guns!
Oh, shit.
Send them to the bottom!
Oh, fuck!
Direct hit on target, Captain.
All ship is hit now. What the fuck, guys?
What are those guys doing here?
We'll just hit the road.
You want to get them first for a minute?
Yeah, let's take the French out.
You've got it! Open fire, port side!
Open fire!
Opening fire on the French captain.
Start. Bob and weave. Bob and weave.
Someone put me out! We've been shot, sir!
Bucket, bucket, bucket! Bucket, bucket! Take the water in the ship and put it out!
I know we've been hit.
fucking favorite part.
Tell my wife I wish she existed.
It's so good, dude. It's so good. Holy. Man, do you ever just have a moment where you're like, oh yeah, that crazy ass project that I did, you know, that was wild. That was fun. But anyway, so I think like now I'd be interested in revisiting that to now that I have a second PC that can stream, because that was the most OBS production intensive show of my life. It even tops, it absolutely tops Cerebrum, which was pretty production heavy. So, yeah, I think now that I have a second PC, there are some things I might try or do differently that would allow for some more freedom. I mean, we did a lot and it was great. It was incredible. But I think it would have been something I would have liked to do, to be able to add props into the scene without worrying about crashing OBS. Or we had one scene where they were on the ocean and the water was rendering live, and it was just like, yeah, it was we learned very quickly that we could only do that scene like once or twice because it would slow all of OBS and everything. So 2 PC setup. Yeah, I was gonna try and maybe we'll do that today. Do you guys care if we try this? I want to try streaming Wild from the second PC, because I think it might just be a smoother visual experience for you guys, which might be fun to try to do. Science. Yeah. You guys want to run some science? So here's the craziest thing. We've got a minute of ads. This is for science. Yeah, let me see if I can kind of like sort of get us set up, and we'll do some science. And I'll tell you guys what I'm doing for anybody else that wants to stream Wild. Hello, alert. This is for people who might potentially want to stream Wild. Because I think, well, I guess this is like a 2 PC setup stream Wild thing, but the idea of doing like a capture card and routing sound and everything is a huge headache for me. I do have a GoXLR, and it should be very easy. I should just be able to take the GoXLR and plug it into the input of my computer, but for whatever reason, that doesn't work. It sounds like shit. And I don't know if that's just like normal. I don't know if just 2 PC setups sound like shit, and I'm used to hearing it not sound like shit. So I'm like, no, I will not sacrifice the audio quality. Lurkers, I love you. I know there are lurkers out there that are like, thank God. Not that I have the best sound situation setup going, but I do make sure that my game volume is really fucking loud so that you guys can hear it. And, you know, I care a lot about the sound for people lurking. And also just, you know, for the experience in general. But I was like, I refuse to, if this is what it's going to sound like, then I refuse to do it because it sounds terrible. And I tried the ground looper and I tried all these things, but most of the people that I talked to was like, yeah, you're just going to suffer a little bit of sound quality when you do the 2 PC setup. And I was like, no, I refuse. However, there is this new thing called Moonlight, and you don't use a capture card. And I want to try it. I want to see if it's actually going to be as good as everyone says it's going to be. So we could test it out. I have tried it with No Man's Sky, and it was unreal good. Like, it was better than capturing on the PC that it was currently on. And it blew my mind. So I was like, okay, that's pretty cool. But I understand that roleplay is different, right? Because there can't be, you know, I have other people speaking, and then there's, you know, I worry about lag. So let's give it a try, though. I think it might be fun to see here. I have to see if I have, whoop, hold on. Okay, we have switched to the other PC here. And we'll give it a go. So here's, oh, like Moonlight stream the game from one PC to the capture PC? Yes. Hey, Vardis! You're looking all cozy this fine afternoon. How have you been? Pretty good. He's okay now, but I had a pretty big scare with my cat last week. He needed to go to the emergency vet for a couple of days, but again, he's doing okay now. You know, he's still on some pain meds, but he's doing much better. So I think he's going to make a full recovery, which is very exciting for me, obviously. But yeah, how are you? How are things? I'll explain, Deadmind. Glad to hear he's okay now. Yeah. I was very concerned. It was very scary. He was puking up blood and ripping his own fur out. Like, he still has patches over his body where there's no fur and it's just like bloodied skin. Scabby now, but yeah, it was scary. I thought he was dying, dude. I thought it was over. I was like, oh God. Oh God. Yikes, I would be in total panic. Luckily, this is the only time this statement will be said in this way. Luckily, I have PTSD, which means that in a situation like that, I'm not in full panic. I'm just like, it's happening and like, time to say, you know, like I was like, it's time. I was crying, obviously, but it wasn't a panic cry. It was like, okay, it's time to say goodbye kind of cry. But luckily, that wasn't the case. So, yay. I suffered twice. That's what I said in that Table Story Discord the other day, guys, where I was like, oh, suffering twice. But I'll explain. So for those of you curious about the Moonlight thing, it's supposed to be set up in a way in which you can... Hold on. I have a question before I forget. Does Windows 10 allow you to do the Control-Alt-Arrow key and it gives you a new desktop? Because if that's the case, that's what I want to do for this. However, does the new desktop doesn't let you do a new instance of something, right? It doesn't let you open a new instance of OBS, for example. I don't think. I don't think it does, but here's what I'm going to do. I think I have a hack for the sound and I want to share it with the world because if this fucking works, it's insanely good. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I lost my other train of thought. I was in the middle of telling you guys something and then I was like, wait, before I forget. And now I've forgotten the other thing. Sorry, I'm exhausted. Okay. All right, we've got the keyboard here. It does not look like you can do... I still use the Morkboard trailer as a kind of litmus test for the people I RP with IRL. Just saying thanks for all that you do. What the fuck, Auspex? You can't just say something nice like that. What's the matter with you? Thank you so much. What's the quest thing floating above your head? Oh. Okay, I shouldn't have had that reaction. I'm sorry, Sav. It is the daily goal for supporting the stream that my mods are very proud of me for putting up on the screen. I did it. But it shouldn't have a timer on it. So I don't know why it does that because I think it's technically a subathon thing. So we'll have to fix it. But it's like the daily goal for supporting the stream, but it's not like 20 subs or anything. It's like the genuine sad and deflation is so funny. Yeah, guys, I've always struggled with that. You know, obviously I'm super appreciative and it's like, it's so weird because like my brain goes, this is what I love to do. I love doing this. If I didn't do this, I would be very sad. And I'm like, obviously so grateful when you guys do support, but also at the same time, I can't ask. I can't be like, please let me keep doing this thing that I love doing. I don't know how to do that without feeling horrible. So it's just, yeah. The timer is how long we have until PB quits streaming forever, unless we give her all the money. Stop it. I don't know how to turn the timer off and now I'm sweating. You can't make me sweat in my Sherpa thing. In my cozy pajamas. Also, Auspex, I just don't know how to take a compliment. So I hope I wasn't actually attacking you. That was my way of saying thank you. I'm sorry. Let me try again. Thank you so much. I'm so glad that you enjoy the things. There, was that so hard? Thank you so much. Thank you. Oh, I gotta turn the fan on, dude. Thank you so much for a full year with your Prime. Oh my God. Okay, cool. We're gonna let me explain. No, no, please. Stop. I beg. Don't do this. Don't do this to me now. Adam, thank you so much for 40. No! Thank you. Oh no. Thank you. Thank you. The Chaos Siblings. Oh, that is amazing. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to call them out of lurk. I do that every time there's a sub bomb because I don't know what to do and my mouth just keeps moving. Holy shit, dude. Oh, thank you so much. Okay, I've been slowly forced to learn that not asking for things can result in people feeling as though they are being denied the choice in how they respond. And it sort of does, eh? Polygeek, listen to me. Don't you logic me, okay? You are correct. That is very true, sort of. But I was talking about this previously on Gone. I was talking about this like last week, where it's not a thing of like, I'm not doing the stoic anime character thing of like, I have to go it alone on purpose or anything. It's just like when crisis hits, because of how I grew up, guys, I was just trained to not think about it. It's like I have object permanence when there's a time of crisis. You're not stoic. Exactly. I'm just saying like, I'm not doing it like, oh, I have to do this by myself. Like I can't ask for help. You know, it's not even a thought that enters my brain. I don't think about asking for help, which is the problem, right? Like, and I need to be like, hey, will you help me? I can't believe that just happened in real life, dude. I can't believe I actually stumbled saying it. Oh, the disgust I feel. You're turning red. Oh, A for effort. Thank you. Can't even say it in an example. PV. Listen, okay. I am getting better. It's up on the screen. It's not anymore. Thank God. Wait, that's how you get rid of it? That's it. Dude, that's how I'm starting every fucking stream. I'm gonna be like, guys, get rid of it. Please. Get rid of it. I don't want it there. Oh God. Crying. Crying, sweating, puking. Me. Oh. I thought it popped back up, dude. Oh, Leo, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate it. No, stop. Oh my God. Oh. Okay. Listen, I appreciate you all so much. Thank you. A new Subtrain record, huh? Nope. No. Level 11? What? Oh my God, it is a record. Will you provide additional support? Will you, the opposite of hinder me? That might actually be a hack that works for me. Like I might be able to tell, close friends like, hey, will you not hinder me right now? Which is my way of being like, hello, please, I need some help. But the problem is that like it's just not a thing that actually occurs to me to do, like, it's just not something that enters my mind, which is sad. And it's something that I need to work on, but it's not like I do it on purpose, which is, I think, where some of the like strain and difficulty comes from with like family or friends or you guys, right? Where it's like, PB's not, PB didn't tell me or whatever. So she must, like it's like, I think people, oh my God, I'm going to vomit. It's like, oh my God, bro, I have to turn my fan on. My door is open. I can't recall the last time I asked for help with anything. I prefer to just drop off the face of the earth. Dude, I tried to DM you the other day and I was like, you don't exist on, or not the other day. It was like a month or two ago. And I was like, you don't exist on Discord. But there's no, you know, like, so, but this is the thing, Vardis, and I'm genuinely asking, do you actively think about it when you're in like crisis mode? Do you go, I should reach out to my family, and I don't, and then you don't? Because the realization that I have had is that, oh, no way. Yeah, see, for me, it's like it doesn't fucking occur to me at all. It's not even a thought that enters my brain. And I can't remember what example I gave you guys last week, but it was a really good one. And I was able to be like, oh yeah, it just doesn't occur to me that that is a thing that I can do. And that therein lies the problem, right? Because how do you begin to remind yourself when it's not a thing that occurs to you? Yeah, I don't know. It's just, thank you guys. I come back and I see we're having a hype train. Yeah, I'm hyperventilating is what's happening. Lazy, thank you so much. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. I appreciate it. There, I did it. I said it like 4 times in a row. Sorry I wasn't available. I hope whatever you need me for wasn't that big of a deal. I think it was Stalker 2. Oh, no, it wasn't, Vardis. I don't use Discord anymore, to be honest. Okay, are you ready? I'm about to make your day. Okay? That's obnoxious, and I don't actually know if that's true, but I started Planescape Torment, and it was fucking great. I played 10-15 minutes of it. That's why I wanted to DM you. I was like, I wanted to show you like just the screenshot of me playing the game. But I stopped. I played the first 10 minutes, and then I was like, I have to stream this. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Yeah, it's really, really good. Wicked, thank you so much for 45 months. I'm going to break my thumb. I'm literally like... I'm just Polygeek. Thank you so much for continuing your gifts up. It helps when you say it really, really fast. Yeah. That's a really cute train emote. I just squeaked, guys. This is fine. Yo, hey guys, remember when like 2 or 3 weeks ago I realized that Sav had been sneaking me bits by doing that, exactly that, blowing up her emote? I didn't know that it needed bits to do that. You remember when I realized that and I got really mad? It gives me no notification that costs you money to do. Monsters. I still remember the old days of PBTV Eek. I can't remember what PBTV Eek was, but it's this. It's this. Hold on. Wait, no. But yes, also. This is the best thing ever. Ah, the actual pain in her expression. It's so good. I have to turn my fan on. I'm gonna pass out. I'm gonna pass out. Thank you. Did I say that yet? This is not enough. Can I float away? Can I float away? What was I doing? What were we doing? I can't do that often. Thank you. Please, you don't ever have to do that. Oh my God, thank you. You also said something nice. Okay, I have to turn, like, I'll be right back. 2 seconds. I'll be right back. Here's the BRB button. Holy shit, dude. My thighs are sweating. my God. Okay, I'm back. I had to take off my comfy Sherpa thing. It's dead ass of winter, and I have to be in summer clothes. Thank you. I love and appreciate you guys. Thank you so much. Okay, I'm here. Oh my God. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for 11 months. Oh. Okay. I'm here. I'm back. We're all good. Oh God. Thank you. Thank you. I did it. And it's gone. What's gone? What happened? What did I miss? Okay. I'm good. I'm good. Nothing. Okay. I'm gonna trust you. Hey, we're at a new record. My limbs are tingly. What were we... Here's the thing. What were we talking about? That will help me. People being nice to you because you're nice. Imagine that, you adorable goofball. See? That, I think, is the disconnect I have that I have to work on. Because that, to me, freaks me out. But the idea of people being like, what the hell is this? Oh, cool. Oh, what? Okay. But the idea of people being like, hey, I like this show. I like this thing that you made is more tolerable for me. Tolerable. God, that's such an awful way to say that. You were talking about cooperative story building and world building. No, I think I was talking about this hack that I think I've discovered that I'm going to share with you guys for streaming Wild and stuff. But weren't we talking about something else? I think we were just talking about how it doesn't occur to me to ask for help is really where I was at, and how it makes me, when the crisis thing is over, I feel bad because it's like, I know that certain people, I'm glad you will deign to tolerate our presence. I see what you did there. That's not what I meant. I just meant that my body will actually physically react when someone says something nice to me, where I'm like, and I'm like suddenly full fear mode, because unfortunate as it is, I grew up learning that people are not nice to you unless they want something from you. And so, the like fear of the unknown gets triggered right away. But when people I cannot speak. Divert. When people divert. Redirect. Help. When people put it on like, oh, I love this show, then I'm like, oh, cool. Like, genuinely. I have a whole folder on my computer of the nice things people have said about shows or things that I've done or whatever, and I'll screenshot that and I'll save that for a rainy day, or even just in general. But when it's like, hey, you're cool, when it's like about me and not something else that I like did or whatever, if I'm like, I can't handle it so much. We like your shows and want you to be able to make more shows. And I appreciate that, Aqua, because this is what I love to do. I love creating things. I want to make worlds. I want to make systems. I want to do that kind of stuff. You're moderately lukewarm. Is that better? That does actually help ground me. Yes. Yeah, Tangent. The inner voice can be, maybe it feels more grounded. I don't mind you. Thanks, Mergs. Also, hi, Mergles. Ew, I hated that. Yeah. So Mergs is the only one that can't do that to me, I feel like. If Mergs were to be mean to me the way that other people are mean to me, I'd cry. You know? Like if Merg said something like, oh, you're just okay, I'd be like, oh. Depersonalized compliments work, but personal compliments are automatically rejected or at least blocked out. Yeah, I do try to, you know, I hello? Who calls people in 2024? Decline. Oh God, you're calling again. Is it an emergency? PTSD makes me want to answer that, but it's fucking WhatsApp, dude. No, I'm not answering that, right? The world can't be ending, right? I have to say no to this. This is why I hate fucking phone calls, dude. You know? The number of times I've had people be like, you know, you answer your phone? And I'm like, what do you mean? You mean you don't? I have to answer my phone. I have to because somebody could be dying. Like, and now that I have declined this call, it will sit in the back of my brain. And especially if they don't leave a goddamn voicemail. And it's almost like a relief when I pick up the phone and they're like, hi, is this insert the wrong pronunciation of my name? And I'm like, oh, thank God. Is this a business call? Yes. Okay, I'm busy. I'm sorry. Like, bye. But, you know, like, it's like a relief. I'm like, oh, thank God, you know, because you know, and that is PTSD, right? Where it's like, and then the intrusive thoughts of like, oh, somebody is in need or something, or it's like, you know, my brain is always like, oh, it's not, even the phone buzzing sound in a movie always spikes my cortisol. Yeah. If they're dying, they will leave a message. Well, for me, it's like, if it's somebody I don't know, A, how did they get my number? And B, like, what if it's a situation of somebody got hit by a car and they're like, I'm just calling the first starred person on the phone, you know? That's the shit that my brain will supply with me. I prefer to get text and emails from work-related sources, but calls from friends. I like talking to my friends, obviously, but I usually prefer the heads up of like, it's weird actually, because there's a weird thing that happens, and I don't know if this happens to anybody else, but like when somebody's like, can I call you? I will often be like, it would have been fine, but because you've now asked me, I'm like, no. 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 I don't think so, actually. In fact, I think I'd like to just sit here in silence. I would never call you unprompted. Unless there was an emergency, Mergs. Mergs, you could call me unprompted. I really need to change my ringtones because there are so many songs that have random... Oh, yes, but that's why, because I would think it's an emergency. Yeah, okay. Yeah, so you'd probably... You'll send me like a little message on Discord being like, hey, love you, I'm calling you now. Yep. Because then it would be like, oh my God, she's calling me, someone's dead. Listen, guys, listen. Hey, wait, I'm going to share something with you that I'm very proud of, and I think you will be proud of as well. Are you ready? Okay, so my dad calls me. I'm on the Tidal Blades wrap-up call on Wednesday night, last Wednesday night. My dad calls me, and I do the same thing. I'm like, well, somebody's dead. You know, because otherwise that's not something that's going to happen too regularly. No, this should go up once a day. Can we change it, please? It shouldn't go every hour or whatever it is. Okay. Like, I definitely wouldn't call you just to, Murgles, I can't, Okay. First of all, what was I saying? Second of all, oh yeah, my dad called me. Okay, hold on. My dad called me, right? And I am in the fucking call with people for Tidal Blades. And like any other phone call, I would have ignored it. But it was my dad. So I was like, oh, something terrible has happened. And I said, I'm so sorry, I have to take this call. And I like lean off the screen. I pick it up. I'm like, hi, Dad. I'm like, is everything okay? And he just goes, no. And I'm like, oh my God, what happened? You know, but PTSD kicks in and I go, okay, what happened? Tell me what happened. What's wrong? You know, I'm go full parent mode for my parents. And my dad's just like, how's your mom's health? And I was like, what? What are you saying to me right now? Like, what do you mean? Are you about to tell me you're fucking high on mushrooms and you think you've seen the future? What's going on? And so I'm just like, what's going on? And he's like, well, and then everything was fucking fine, dude. Everything was fine. Okay. Is that a thing that happens when you are on mushrooms? I assume so. I actually haven't done mushrooms. I would like to try microdosing with mushrooms in a safe environment with a registered whatever, because I've heard that it can be very good for people with PTSD. But I would never do them on my own. But anyway, hey, funny story. I'm stuck at the border again. So anyway, I'm like, okay, this isn't an emergency. I am in the middle of work right now. Can I call you right back? And he was like, yeah, call me back, but don't forget to call me back. And I was like, I'll call you. Trust me, my heart rate is through the fucking roof. I will call you right back. So I hang up the phone. I finish the call, and then I call him, and I'm like, okay, tell me what's going on. So he tells me it's just some fucking ridiculous insurance thing, right? And I'm just like, Dad, like, okay. I deal with the call. I help him. I answer all of his questions. I'm just like, here you go. And then I say to him, hey, now listen. I say, when you call me and I say, is everything okay? And you say no, someone better be dead. I was like, you can't do that unless something is actually wrong. And I was like, you have PTSD. You know better. And he was like, you're right. I do know better. And I go, the problem is that he's just repeating the behavior his mom used to do to him. Right. So I understand that he's not doing it on purpose, but he is doing that behavior to get a rise and an emotional reaction. But I told him, I was like, you can't do that. Don't do that. I can't handle that. Okay. And he was like, okay, you're right. I'm sorry. Do I expect it to change? No, but I said it, dude. I was like, I set a boundary. I set a boundary. And I felt good about it. Afterwards, I was like, ah! I hung up the phone and I was like dancing around. I was like, I did it. Saying the emote. Let's go. I'm so proud of you. Thank you. And it didn't feel weird. That's the other thing too. Like, it felt good to do it rather than like, you know? Yeah. Yay for boundary setting. It was empowering, hopeful. Yeah, it felt good. I was like, hell yeah. I feel good about this. Do I expect it to change because it's habit? No, probably not, but maybe it will. But even if it doesn't, I said the thing, right? Which is like, you cannot do this to me. I'm going to have a heart attack. You know? Mega proud of you, Peebs. Thank you. That's even better that you felt good about it. Yeah. I'm sorry, I'm telling Whack this thing. I meant to tell him before and I just forgot. Oh, also for anyone wondering, we did just hear back from Fourth Wall. There's absolutely a way to rerun, because people have been so kind in like gifting memberships to Table Stories, like memberships area where you can see all the green rooms and stuff like that. But we've had some people not redeem them. So I wish there was a way to do like at everyone in the chat, you know, when you're on Twitch, because the thing is we can't interrupt the show to be like, hey, there's a giveaway happening, type enter. Although I did learn that you can change the timer to be 3 minutes instead of 1 minute. So we're going to do that as well. Because when people give away like merch and stuff, it's like, oh my God, you have 60 seconds to type it. And that is too short. So I'm going to do this here real quick. I'm going to log in and I'm going to do that right now. Don't know where it would be. Twitch gifting here. Perfect. There, super easy. Okay, there we go. Now it's 3 minutes for a giveaway. Superb. My heart rate is just now coming down. Yeah, some people have long latency. Yeah, especially for folks who are immersed in the show. Yeah, seriously, you know? Well, it's 3 minutes now for both Table Story and us too, so. Yeah, it did feel really good. Only 4.5 hours left on those bits stickies. Oh my god. The actual numbness in my fingers, man. I've had to learn that people can have PTSD for more than war trauma. Yeah. Yep. What bit stickies? I'm assuming the bits up on the top, the rainbow stickers on the top of the chat. I think. Okay, so here's the hack that I wanted to tell you guys about Moonlight. Okay. I think I'm fucking real smart. Cause I'm like, hold on, let me finish the thought before you think my ego is the size of the room. Okay. Hold on. Okay, let me finish what I'm saying. I'm gonna struggle for a bit because you guys were super generous and my brain is scrambled. All right, so just give me a second while I fumble my way through this. I was like, holy shit, and this happens every once in a while, where you've got a problem and you're trying to problem solve and you've got like a whole bunch of different solutions going through your brain and nothing seems to work, and then you're like, couldn't I just do this? And then you're like, no way, that's gonna work. That's too easy. That's such a crazy brain hack. Are you ready for the brain hack? Okay, so the sound, I was telling you about the sound quality was shit when I was routing it from my GoXLR to my second PC input. Like, I think what the problem is that on the second PC that I have, I don't have a regular input. I only have the mic. So I think I would have to get a whole new motherboard, which I obviously don't want to do. But anyway, so the sound is shit when I think. I was like, can't I just open a clean feed with myself? Can't I just because that's what we do on Table Story. We do clean feed and people join the clean feed. And I was like, I'll just join clean feed, my own clean feed channel on this computer, and I'll set the microphone to be broadcast stream mix, which is the whole thing. And then I join clean feed on the other computer. That's going to work, right? Or a USB sound card. Yeah, but if this works, Kersey, I don't have to do any of that. I don't have to spend any extra money. I don't have to have any extra wires. It just goes over the internet. It should. Yeah. Clean feed issues permitting, it should be okay. So we're going to try it. We're going to see what happens. That's my life as a programmer. Hours of struggling and then just going, would this random ass thing work? And then it works. Dude, Yuki, hold on. Let me go on the smallest of rants, okay? Let me go on the smallest of rants. I have been working on this fucking character sheet in Roll20 for like a week. I did the dumb thing, all right? And I acknowledge that it was a mistake, but I did the dumb thing of like, I created the PBU. So we have a VTM game of Deathless on Roll20 where we're using the VTM character sheets. They've world hopped, right? So now they're in PBU. So I'm running that. So we have a second game that is the PBU game, and it's using the character sheets for Otherworld, which is the system that I'm building. And I did the dumb thing of like Sunday night after the last week's episode ran, I was like, oh, I'm going to fix this character sheet. I'm going to change some things and blah, blah, blah. So I started working on it. And then obviously my cat went to the vet on Monday. I made the mistake of not making a copy of the game, the working version. I should have just made a copy and fucking edited in the copy. Anyway, I didn't do that. I started working on it. And then obviously my cat went to the vet and I've just been on cat duty. And then it was like yesterday, the day of the show, where I was like, I have a broken character sheet and I need to try to fix it. So I'm sitting here fucking banging my head against the wall, trying to figure out why this code isn't working. Do you want to know what it was? Do you want to know what it was? It's the most insane thing. I had put the working code, I copied the code and I put it into Notepad And I was like, we'll edit and we'll keep refreshing and blah, blah, blah. And we'll work off this old working code. But then everything was broken and nothing worked. It was because I pasted it into Notepad and not Notepad++. Something in the syntax broke. Something in the formatting broke. And that's all it was. My code was fine, but it was copy pasting from Notepad versus Notepad++. And I was like, I don't feel anger very often anymore. Holy shit, did I feel it boiling. I was like, yo, I am so annoyed that this is what it was. This is what it was. This whole time I've spent 4 hours working on this thing. I love Notepad++. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, Yuki. Sorry that it caught your message because of the swear word there. Wrong version of Notepad. What the fuck? I've also never had that happen before where I couldn't just paste something into Notepad. Notepad's new like multi-tab feature is a nightmare, dude. It's basically my sticky notes on my desktop. I always have a Notepad open. And then I have to go through when I get like 30 of them. I'm like, oh fuck, where is this thing? Because nothing's labeled. Nothing's labeled. And sometimes a Notepad will have something from non-canon in it and something else. It's literally just like, I'm just writing this down. It's my like little, it's my little journal by the side of my fucking desk, and I don't organize anything ever. Ugh. Notepad++ is also a godsend when it comes to HTML2. Yeah, it's great. That's why I never liked coding in Python. When the syntax is space and tab sensitive, it's a nightmare. Oh, Jesus. I didn't even know that. Oh, God, I wonder if that's why that didn't work when I was trying to fix Droidberry. So I was trying to make so Droidberry is written in Python, and I was trying to make the purge command work again. And I don't know what I'm doing with Python. So I was just trying a couple of different things, but I wonder if it's because I had spaces and stuff. I wonder if that matters. Okay, anyway, we're going to try this, all right? So I think what I have to do is, first of all, I need to open a clean feed that is my own. I've been looking for a code editor lately, and so I will try Notepad++. I mean, again, I'm probably not the best one to ask for that. That's probably like an SK question. I just use what I know exists and has worked for me in the past. Okay, I think I've got it. We're gonna try this here. Asking me for my password, and I'm not sure if I can remember that. Oh, turns out I do remember. Okay, perfect. So, oh, that's annoying. possible, but boy, that's annoying. Okay. I've been using VS Code lately and I like it a lot. Oh, I've not heard of that. I'm definitely willing to check out new things because I do code a little bit. And again, I'm trying to do this Roll20 sheet, right? Which has just been a little bit of a nightmare. But I'm learning, which is also fun and exciting. Okay, so let's open a new tab here. Also, Mergs, how are you? How was your day? I miss you. Okay. How are you feeling? Okay, we're gonna do, so the first thing that I'm noticing is that, hold on, I have to type this. Okay, cool. The first thing that I'm noticing is that it does seem to require, like the Table Story obviously has a pro account with CleanFeed. Which means, wait, oh yeah, okay. Hold on, we want to do broadcast stream mix. Which means it's just got some cool features that my personal account is a free account and it doesn't have, but one of those things is offering links that are, that exist forever, which is pretty cool. So I could have technically done a link that is just, we use it forever, but it is only going to last for 24 hours, which just means we can't do a 24-hour stream of Wild RP. I mean, it's nice to have boundaries and limits, right? No one was planning on doing that, right? Heading off, but I hope you have a great day, week, month. Okay, thank you, Vardis. Fired up Discord again. Let me know if you end up streaming Torment. No pressure, though. I will. I absolutely will. Hold on. Ugh. Oh, okay. I couldn't. I just tried to DM you and it wouldn't let me. So you DM me instead. I'm only feeling slightly like roadkill and shocked at the humiliation of my immune system failing 3 times this year. Girl, it's because you don't go outside and then you got a job that you are interacting with people and touching things other people are touching. It's not your immune system failing. It's your immune system doing the right job. It's learning. You will be less sick. It's like when teachers first become teachers. They're sick for like 3 years. And then they are fucking stone. They can't get anything. That's what's happening to you. And drunk adults are basically toddlers. Yeah, they're just like licking they're licking everything. Okay. This looks like it's working. I work at an adult preschool. Yes. Yes, you do. Okay, it says you're typing. Oh, shit. Yes. That's so weird. I live in a simulation. I was just thinking about looking into this. It bounced me. Why? Why is it doing that? Because it's bouncing me, too. How about now? Hello? Here we go. Yeah. I don't know why it needed to do that because we have open DMs, but sure. I don't know why they have that as a feature on Discord. Because it's like, yeah, if we share a server, like I have my settings turned on that like if I share a server, I should be able to DM people. We're taking a quick ad break. Oh, we are? Okay. Wow. Thanks, Stream Elements. I didn't even realize. Okay.
Hyper hardcore!
76 months is a very long time. Thank you so much. Holy shit. What is this? Mergs. Twitch took that moment to decide I needed to see an ad. Oh yeah, sorry. We have it, I think, on the lowest setting that it will allow us to have to keep pre-rolls off for people. So like when you join this stream, it doesn't immediately play 3 minutes of ads. But it is still, don't apologize for that. I'm just being lazy. Okay, you're right. I shouldn't apologize for that. It is not an apology. It is a thank you for watching the ads, right? Thank you for supporting the stream. Okay, I got it. I'll get there. Okay, let's try this. So, if this works, I'm going to feel like a fucking genius, dude. Because we don't have to do any wires. We don't have to do any capture carding. Blah, 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 blah. Okay? Okay. Oh, you know what? I was playing a game of team fight tactics yesterday. And I just need you to know that somebody had the name of Reboot. And I spent like 30 minutes trying to figure out if there was a way that you could send somebody a message on Teamfight Tactics to just be like, because it wasn't just Reboot, it was Reboot with the capital B. Dude, it was a fan of the Reboot cartoon. And I was like, I need them to know that I too am a fan of the Reboot cartoon. Okay? But I couldn't find out how to do that. Get the I am a god clip ready. Yeah, if this works, I'm going to feel really fucking smart, dude. Because it saves me a huge headache and it's clean feed. So the audio will be excellent. Let's do it now so that we don't have to see that. Okay, hold on. Thank you. This is what I like doing. And I am very lucky and I'm very grateful that I get to do it. And I also, you know what else I'm really grateful for is how understanding you all are about the fact that I struggle with this. It's like you guys go out of your way to every once in a while push me to kind of like experience that, but then you ease up and you just like respect the fact that I really struggle with it for the rest of the time, and I appreciate that. I feel cared for. And so that is something that I've thought about recently, to be like, yeah, you know, you guys go out of your way to kind of just, you know, not overload me all the time with that. And so I appreciate it. Okay. No, we just run out of ideas. It's okay. We have good ideas, right? Which is the Enable Me subathons, right? And Mirth. I just have to do those things. I just have to do them. Sometimes we also just like to make things look weird like this. Does that cost you money? So what you're saying is we're doing a good job of training you. Yeah, I think so. I really do. I think that's a great way to put it. Yep, that costs money. Holy shit, you guys. How long have you been doing this? And I had no idea. I thought it was like channel points or something. Also, that does look pretty cool. That looks like a void message. I like it. Now, can you pin that message and then it's up there forever like that with the background? Okay. Do I have to? Oh my God. I'm a big fan and hater of exposure therapy. Yes, that's what it is. It's just some weird shit that chat does every time. No biggie. Yeah. Well, I just thought it was like, I don't know. I thought it was channel points or something. You know, it just didn't occur to me that it cost you money to do that. And I'm sorry. I mean, I'm not sorry. Obviously, you wouldn't do it if you didn't want to. But, you know. Okay. It's running. So we're going to test this now. Oh, shit. The only way I can test it is if I end the stream. Because I'd have to restart it on the new computer. However, I can do a recording, right? We can test it with a recording. So don't worry. I won't do that to us. But we could...
Hyper hardcore!
What the hell? Oh, thank you. How could we not be grateful you do the same for the... Okay, I'm gonna barf. Don't say nice stuff like that. I mean, thank you. There we go. That costs money. Just subscribed. If it's a Mimi gift sub, I genuinely, that makes me laugh. So that is another workaround that you guys have found, and I do appreciate it. Okay. So this is working now. And I'm really excited about it. So let me just boot this up and see. You know what we could do? I could see if this works. We could just like do a test stream on another channel here. While being nice, I love watching your playthroughs for your insight and care taking and thinking about the stories. Plokia, you know what happened to me the other day? It's probably like a month ago now, but you know, PTSD or ADHD makes you say the other day. Time dilation. I was watching Silent Hill 2 on a, like, I was just like, I want to watch the remake. I want to watch other people play the remake. And this person was talking through the craziest cutscene. And I was like, oh God. And then it hit me. I was like, oh, now I understand why people always say those nice things about our playthroughs. Because I will talk, like we'll talk, obviously. But when the game is happening, we're focusing on the game. And I'm always like, oh, so sorry, guys. I was focusing on the game. I'll never do that again. I will never apologize for caring about your favorite game when I'm playing it for the first time. No way. If it's one thing I know now, it's that that's something that I'm really proud that we do here on the channel, is that I will focus on your game, or the game, you know? And I will care about it and I will pay attention. And I like that I do that. Yay. We've done it. Okay, I'm booting this up. This is a real test because this game is pretty intense. What? What just happened? Oh no. I can't sign in. Wild RP. Ah! Thank you. Wait a second. Okay, we couldn't sign you into Rockstar Games Launcher. Why? Did they do an update? Do I have to redo that every once in a while? Oh my God. Protect your account. We've sent you an email. Please enter the verification code that was sent to, period. It doesn't tell me where it sent it. That's fucking hilarious to me. Hilarious. Okay, hold on. We got this, don't we? We do. Oh, I was saying something about the I just remembered. I'm slowly coming back to my body here, and I am remembering a conversation that we were having at the very beginning of the stream where we were talking about TikTok and how it was changing actual real life vernacular with its censorship, and how it made me feel weird, and that's why I don't really like uploading stuff to TikTok. Because it feels so dystopia to me to have that censorship really affect you in that way. It was weird hearing your voice in two streams at the same time. What do you mean? Where? What? What do you mean? Oh, do you have two tabs open? Full on J-Law What do you mean? What do you mean happening there as I panic, thinking like I've accidentally just been doing table story? I'm not. Oh, the ad, right? Don't remind me. Okay. What are we listening to right now? What is this? What do I feel like I am in a what? Final Fantasy IX, dude. I was like, why do I feel like I'm in a JRPG? That's why. That's why. Commentary after a story-driven section of the game instead of during is so much better. Well, so for me, it wasn't even, I don't mind. I think I would. I think I would be okay if it were commentary about what was happening. Like if there was just something that grabbed your attention so much that you needed to share it about the game, that's one thing. But they were talking about something totally unrelated to the game. Talking through the craziest cutscene, like an Angela cutscene, and I was like, Angela's my fucking favorite. And I was like, this person will never understand me. Very dramatic. Like, this is just like my favorite game. What? Your background music is cruel. I'm sorry, Garrick. Once for Secret of Mana and then for Final Fantasy XIV. Wait, what? Oh, God. I have multiple streams running and voices in 3 of them at the same time. I do that too. Okay, it's working. Yo. Just fully embracing the PB is the scary person now. That's just what I'm doing. Now you stopped hearing the music, right? But then it came back. Correct? Correct, my children? Yep. Okay, awesome. Now, here's what we're going to do. Music just came back. Okay, cool. So here was my thought about Wild RP that I had the other day. And I want to ask you guys about it. Okay, there are those lights. Wow, it got really dark in here all of a sudden. Okay, here's the question that I had. We now have 2 new character slots in Wild RP. I want to keep one open for... I recognized your voice from a different Wild RP stream and I was like, PB, oh my God, Savannah, that's so cool. Dude, you guys, we ran into the coolest group of people last night. Man, it was like right outside. It was right in outside the Telegram station in Saint Denis. And I wish I was recording. I'm sorry. I almost went live last night for an hour. I was like, oh, you know what? Maybe I'll just do like a super late night stream. And I didn't. And I'm sorry. And I feel badly about it. But I wasn't sure anything was going to happen, which is the, I don't know how I got infected with this disease. Because normally it was like, who cares? We're going live and something will happen or it won't. But either way, we're hanging out and you guys enjoy that. But now I'm just like, I could just wander around and nothing could happen and maybe it'll be super boring. But I think that might have been where I saw you. I was watching one of their POVs. Savannah, the bit where Grennick was like, is that your sister? And then somebody went, I think it was Ginny, right? Jeannie went, oh my God. It was just the timing. She waited like 2 beats and then went, oh my God. And I fucking lost it. I could not stop laughing. It was just the perfect comedic timing. I was dead. Her delivery, her just like, it wasn't just like surprise, oh my God. It was like a little bit disgust as well. Like it was so good. Oh, it took me right out. It was excellent. I had to immediately go find and follow her after I ended the game. Yeah, it was really, really good. Did something happen to one of your other Wild RP characters? What do you mean, Yuki? Well, here's what I was thinking. Sorry, to get back to what the fuck I was telling you guys about. We have 2 new character slots in Wild RP now. So we have 8. Room for 8 characters. That is so much. It's the perfect amount. I used to think 6 was the perfect amount, but it's not. 8 is the perfect amount. Why? Because you can have multiple long form characters going and you still want room for shenanigans, right? So I was thinking we need to leave 1 character slot open at all times so that we can A, play dress up without clogging up the dressing room, right? And then B, we want to be able to do shenanigans like short burst. We're hopping on. Oh my God, Yuki. I read that as I thought someone died and that's why you're on Wild more. And I was like, yo, I feel seen. Nobody died, but just like the stress and anxiety. And so like I need a creative outlet where I'm not really like doing a lot of the controlling stuff. I was just like, what the fuck? I misread it, y'all. Yuki's over on YouTube. What it says is, I thought someone died and that's why there were more. That's why I have more character slots. Poor Yuki. PB in 2 years. What about 12 slots? 8 is more than enough, you guys. It's like truly 6 should be enough, but I have multiple characters that I refuse to get rid of. And really, I just shouldn't have made them yet, you know? Like I'm not playing Natalie really yet. I want to main her at some point, but we're not there yet. So, you know, that's all it is. And Nora, I don't want to get rid of Nora. She's like a fun character I can hop on and play every once in a while. But anyway, all that aside, I was wondering if we want to roll up a Sisika lifer. Do you guys want to roll up a prison character with me that lives in Sisika forever and is just a badass bitch? So we can just do some Sisika RP? Or, sure, okay, but here's my hesitation with that. I've always wanted to do that, okay? I was like, fuck yeah, this would be awesome. I've never actually been to Sisika in game though. So I'm wondering if I should do some crime and get sent to Sisika for the first time and then we go, okay, we're ready to roll up our Sisika lifer. You know what I mean? But I also don't know if it matters. I also don't know if I'm going to be at a point where, you know, because I thought Louise was going to be that character and then the caravan thing kind of died. I guess I could still do stuff. And you know what other idea I still want to do? I still want to do Metal Gear Solid, where we kidnap people and we go, here is your mission, should you choose to accept it, which you have to because you're at gunpoint. But like, please go sneak into this facility and rescue kidnapped biologist Natalie. And do it without being seen by the rest of the gang. How fun is that, you guys? It's a sneaking mission, Snake. Or we just go through developing the badass from scratch instead. Well, see, the thing is that, you know, that would be fine. But I do like the idea that I can like log in and like participate and help fuel somebody else's Sisika story because I've got a lifer in there. You know, do you want to dive in as a lifer midterm or do you want to do the whole downfall arc? I mean, either would be fine. But again, when I don't have like a lot of time, then it's, you know, what appeals to me about the lifer is that they're there, right? They're not going anywhere. That's where they are. And I can log in and participate in the prison RP. And then You know, they're just they're staying there. They're never getting out, and that's kind of cool. So if I only have like an hour in the morning, I can just hop on. Or if I only have an hour at night, I can just hop on. No one's going to come up and fucking kidnap me, and then I feel obligated to stay in the RP for another 2 hours. You know what I mean? I feel like it adds a full RP storyline just to get to the goal of playing a lifer at some point, and that just might feel like a bit of a barrier. Yeah, I think it would be really awesome to do that, but the problem is, and this is my issue, I think, with just like video game RP, right, is you don't have to earn the character. Yes, that's it, Mergs. So like, here's the thing. It's one thing to create a character where it's like we see what happens and then they go to Sisika, but it's another thing for me to create a character with the meta goal of going to Sisika. Like, what's their actual motivation in the game? It can't be to go to Sisika, or is it? You know, if it is to go to Sisika, then it kind of changes the character in a way. And I want to play like the lifer that I think would be cool for us to make is somebody who is like, nobody knows what they did to get there. You know what I mean? Like, there's just this layer of, we would know because we're going to bake it into the character, but you could play a lifer that gets transferred to Sisika. I think I'm more interested in that. And it's like trying to decide what kind of lifer we play. Do we play somebody that's like Morgan Freeman in Shawshank Redemption, right? Who's doing all the right things and, you know, following all of the rules because they're going to get out soon and they just never get out? Fuck, man, that's cool. It would be very cool to see a lifer having interwoven with wild lore in some way, even if it wasn't played. Yeah, that's another thought too, like kind of seeing, oh yeah, she's been here longer than anybody else I've met kind of thing. Yeah, sort of. Like with the lore of Annesburg and Saint Denis. You know what? I just realized something. I think I could do something that puts me in Sisika for life in a month or two. I had an Annesburg idea that I really like. And I'm just going to tell you guys, because obviously it's all improv and you never know what's going to happen. But my thought was it'd be super cool to roll up and... So murder? Nope. It would be super cool to roll up a group of... You know how we were doing the caravan together, right? Like a bunch of people rolled up characters to be in a caravan. I was like, it'd be really neat to do... I want to roll up an Annesburg miner who signs up to live and work in Annesburg. And then we slowly start getting sick because of the coal and the mining. And we start giving med RP, some RP of like, hey, I can't, you know, I'm like, I can't breathe. And then they eventually tell us, obviously, it's the fucking air in the mines that you're doing. And so then we RP like union. We do union RP where it's like we are picketing. We're trying to get, you know, somebody to give us rights and shit like that and blah, blah, blah. We're not against law, right? That means law is defending us against the people of Annesburg. That gives med RP, cool RP that they don't normally get to do where there are heroes, right? You know, and it's the same thing with law. But then we start doing fucking union terrorism. We start blowing up fucking carts and mines and stuff. We get arrested, you know, but we're not robbing banks. We're still criminals, but we're not doing the standard criminal stuff, you know? And then you know, we could fucking blow up a mine and that would absolutely potentially murder a bunch of people by accident. Well, you know, and then I go to prison for life. That's pretty good, dude. I'd be okay with that. And we would just give ourselves like a little goal of like, we want to do this in about a month to 2 months. Dalmania, hello, welcome in. I'm so sorry. I saw your message on YouTube and the thing in my head went, oh, I'll reply to that in just a second. I just woke up, but it was like 4 hours ago when I started the stream. 3 hours ago when I started the stream. I stayed up too late playing Wild RP, and then is Trench still in here? I told him I wouldn't play Teamfight Tactics, but I did. So I stayed up extra late playing Teamfight Tactics. I was like, oh, I'll just play one match. I'm about to get yelled at. It's fine, right? Shh. Nobody tell him. Not team fight tactics. If you want real life research on exactly what you just said, look into the Luddites. Yeah, we could do that. So that's okay. So I think I've answered our question then, right? We're going to do some eco-terrorism. Is that what we're rolling up? The thing is, so it was either make this character, this lifer character, or hop on Alder. But I think we should maybe design this character for a bit. And then we can hop on Alder. That's fine too. The surprising reveal of 2024. Oopsies, I'm sorry. It's because I had that hot chocolate, so I wasn't tired. Could you, as miners, RP digging a tunnel to a bank safe? You might be able to. Ooh, Gerudo Valley. This song is so good. I think the issue is I don't think so. I don't think so, Mergs, because it's entirely up to the player. I think, potentially. I think I could ask, I think is what would need to happen, right? I would do, you can stay in Sisika as long as you want. Yeah, okay, so I think I would just tell the officers that because here's the thing with the law department, is that they're incredibly, like, sweet and giving, and they're just like, oh, I think they're just used to people not wanting to have a lot of sentence time. So I think I would have to DM the person that was taking my case and say, put me in Sisika for life for multiple accidental mass murder or whatever, you know? You'd want to do something worthy of it. Do you think that would be enough? Do you think that would be enough? Blowing up a mine? The problem is like, I don't know if that would actually work. I don't know. People commit murder and get out. Right? Yes, but this is different, right? This is like you blew up a mine and killed a bunch of people. Yeah, it's not players. So that's the I don't have to rely on, you know, another player to choose to perma. It's NPCs that would be dying probably in that mine, but like I would be able to say, you know, go ahead, you know, let it be that I murdered the 30 people of NPCs in that mine. That's fine. And then I'll go to Sisika for life. Which would be very cool, and I'm totally fine with that. Will this be a male or female miner character? So I always imagined that my miner character in Annisburg was an old man. And I kind of like that. I think you should not. Oh, okay. Don't plan to make this your lifer. Just do the story and see what happens. Well, that's the thing, right? Like it's improv. You're never going to know what's going to happen. It could completely change and I can fall in love with this guy and then he doesn't act, you know, somebody convinces him not to blow up the mine. But like in thinking about it, it is possible for this guy to do that. You know what I mean? Like it is conceivable. Killing 30 people, including kids, is pretty bad. There are no kids on the server. But I mean, killing 30 people is pretty bad anyway. The hill to die on thing gives a lot of mileage when inside as well. I like it. Well, it also makes it interesting to think about, like, it also makes it interesting to think about, like, what if they do give him what if he is on best behavior and they're like, and this is just me talking about it from a narrative perspective. We're not talking about, you know, just to be clear, this isn't like planning out a storyline because you can't do that on an improv server. And I don't want to do that. But I'm thinking about like the narrative beats and stuff like that intrigue me and interest me the most, which will help me build like kind of who this character is. And one of those beats is like, what if he isn't technically sentenced for life? What if they do? There comes a point where it's like you can get out, and our miner is the personality type. You know, if we're basing it off the archetype of Morgan Freeman or whatever, it's like I'm trying to do all these things to get out, but you know, I recognize that by the time I get out, I, you know, might not fit anymore, and also maybe I haven't forgiven myself for what I did do, and I feel like I deserve to be in here. Or what if it's like What if you just accept it? Like, I knew going in that hopefully this would make a statement, and then here I am, and this is just the result of, you know, the cause and effect of my actions. That's pretty fucking cool. Why stop at the mine, blow up the trial, the judge, etc.? Dream big, reach for the stars. Yeah, I mean, I think that would be that would need to be the mentality of this miner, right? Is this idea of like, you know, the ends justify the means. But the other thing is like thinking about like how that RP starts, right? Because I think unless you were to do like, hey guys, let's roll up, you know, kind of like we did the caravan event, you know, where it was like the Armadillo Trail. I think it would be kind of hard to, and that's fine. I don't mind doing it by myself. But I think it would be pretty hard to start, you know, this kind of like picketing and mining RP when it's just, I'm the only one that I know of that is, you know, actually a player character that is a miner. So I would have to, yeah, I would have to think about how to go about doing that and how to do it in a way in which because the part of the allure of doing the Annesburg Mining Union RP is like the idea that it's a group, like suddenly the medical department gets to be like, man, I just had the weirdest, like I had somebody come in with like lung damage and then somebody else going, yeah, me too, you know, and just it's like a puzzle. It's a puzzle for everyone. And I can't help it, dude. I'm a GM. I like doing that. I like creating things for the other departments and stuff. And like the other part of the minor RP and why Annesburg, right? Because you could technically do this anywhere, but Annesburg has some pretty vicious NPCs that will, you know, kind of, you know, shoot at will kind of thing. It'd be neat to be like, hey, law, save us instead of, you know, like we're criminals, but we still want the law to help us. And, you know, given law RP that isn't necessarily on blowing up a bank, you know, just something different. Yeah, see, so that's the thing. That's the thing, Con, is that we'd have to think about this guy. And maybe so the other thing that I think appeals to me is what if he's not old when he gets into Sisika? You know, like, so the other thing is we could roll up our lifer and this is his backstory, right? We don't RP it on the server, but he blew up a mine somewhere else, you know, that kind of thing. And I get to play this old man lifer in Sisika, which is pretty cool. But I tell you what, if it is mining, if it is the union, then I think I would want to try to do that on server because I think it will be fun and I think it's possible to do. You just need a couple people that are willing to do that for a bit. You just got to piss off either the government or the mob. That's what gets you in hot water. Yeah. Well, so there's so many threads. Yeah, exactly. You know, I think being able to even go to the mob and ask for their help, you know, there's a lot of potential there. Manufactured evidence to get rid of. Well, yeah, here's the other thing too, right? Like, and this almost happened when I was on Iggy, right? But Armored Andy did this RP where he had signed a contract with Cornwall. And we were going to break into the oil fields where Cornwall Industries is and RP grabbing his contract and burning it. So there's a lot of RP for that too with the miners, right? Is like, we're going to sneak into Cornwall over in the oil fields and we're going to try to get evidence. We're going to try to get proof that they know that this is killing us and they're not doing anything about it, you know? It's really medical scam RP, you know? We're just being like, hey, this is killing us and you know it's killing us and you're not doing anything about it. You're refusing to grant a pay raise or like, you know, anything. Compensate us. You could get Peppo involved as Jack Kettleman. I'm not so sure that this kind of RP would be Peppo's jam. I also don't know how Jack Kettleman would be involved. He left the crossing, right? He like perma-benched him. Also, I think he's like very much into GTA at the moment. Also, I think when we did the caravan and it, you know, like it kind of fell through, I think he was just like, oh, you know, and didn't want to. So I don't know if he'd be willing to try that again. Almost done working and lurking here. What time is it? It's 3:30. Holy shit. Okay, let's well, I'm gonna think this over then, is what I'm gonna do about this Annesburg, because I was like, oh, we'll just roll up a lifer right now, but I kind of really do like this Annesburg miner idea, and it does sound like somebody I would enjoy playing for a bit. But also, I just got back as Alder, and I have given myself a rule of like one character. just play the one. Yeah, exactly. Either way, it's two excellent ideas that could end up being one excellent idea. Yep. Mercs, guess what? I know you already know about it, or your character probably already knows about it, but I just heard about Ray Bush's execution on Alder last night. And I was like, oh, that's happening in 2 weeks? Browsing outfits for idea would be a terrible move. Yeah, okay, all right, hold on. I already have it open. I mean, what's the worst that could happen? Well, wait, there are no outfit ideas. I hadn't heard. I'm so sorry. It's like so soon. I assumed. Anybody read any cool secret message boards lately? Yeah, just curious. I haven't been in game. I'm sure somebody telegrammed me. I'm sure that they did. Okay. Whoops. Look at what has happened. Can I do this?